Festus High School. I'm Tommy Self alongside Eric Oberle. The captains are out on the field right now. Festus has won the toss. They have chosen to defer, so they will kick it off first here in the first half, and they will get the ball to start the second half. Festus comes in with a record at 6-2. They currently hold the third spot in the district standings. They trail Hillsborough, who is second, and Cape Central, who is first. And all they really need to do, Eric, is just stay one behind Hillsborough in that third spot, because they'll automatically get flipped because of the new rule, where it was a rule where if you finish one behind a team that you beat during the regular season, you could say, hey, we want to flip, and the other district coaches would vote. Now it's automatically flipped. So given that they beat Hillsborough in the regular season, they'll get flipped.
That's probably a smart decision, because we saw that in the past where people would petition to get flipped, and when they did it, it might be to a grass field or muddy conditions and things like that. It did seem to create a lot of animosity, some of the coaches, but it's really good now. It's an automatic thing. It seems like a pretty good rule. They're giving more credence to a point system or a number system to actual heads-up football, and it's probably a smart thing to do.
It's the new system that just got put in place last year. Was the new playoff system, or was it 2 years ago?
The 2 years ago on the new playoff system, where they basically went back to a point system, where they've never considered strength of schedule before. That was kind of new too. I think it was 2 years ago when they did that, but they're constantly tinkering with that, trying to get things right.
Andrew Hayden will kick it away to Clayton. A couple players back deep for the Greyhounds. Andrew Hayden will spot it at the 40-yard line. Festus in all black jerseys, gold numbers and gold letters, black trim. Hayden steps back to the 30-yard line. Clayton in the blue helmets with the orange CHS on the side, white jersey tops, blue pants, and orange stripe down the side. Hayden kicking from left to right. Greyhounds fielding from right to left, and that kick will bounce to the 1-yard line and bounce into the end zone, and Clayton will start it off 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line.
I was just noticing some of the players who were on the sideline for Clayton. I noticed a couple of guys that looked pretty good size, and I looked up at the roster, and it says he's 6'4", 354 pounds, and he's out there playing. It'll be curious to see how Festus handles that kind of size. That's not something you see in high school football very often.
Clayton does have very good size. So Festus will be on defense first. Clayton will be on offense first. Their quarterback is Jake Brown. Tyler Melvin, Richard Simon are their running backs. Jake Brown has thrown for 1,200 yards on the season. He will start in the shotgun with 4 wide receivers out. He drops back to pass, looking right, now going right. Now he's throwing it deep down the right sideline. It is caught at the 40-yard line, and he has brought down a great opening play for Clayton as number 13, Demetrius Newman, catches what is about a 56-yard pass to start it off for Clayton.
He aired it out, and they had an opportunity on it. He did have a step on the receiver. He couldn't throw the ball far enough. He actually had to stop and come back on that play and actually jump over the Festus defender to pull that ball in.
Norman with 380 yards receiving coming into this game and 3 touchdowns. He averages 23 per reception. And now Clayton into Festus territory at the Tiger 31. 4 receivers out. Brown he will pitch it. He's going to throw it short to Norman, and he is hit after about a 6-yard pickup. So very quickly, Clayton showing they are out to prove that they want to get out to an early lead here.
I found out why our quarterback has over 1,000 yards from Clayton this year passing. He's got a gun on him.
50 seconds into this game, Clayton started at their own 20. Now they're on the Festus 26 after 2 plays, looking at a 2nd and 5. He hands it off. This is to Tyler Melvin off right tackle. Cuts back towards the middle. He's tripped up in the backfield. Finally brought down after picks up a 1st down. And Jordan Wilkes in there on the tackle as well as a couple others.
Picks up a 1st down for Clayton.
Did a really good job on that play of going off the big man on the right side. And then it was a lot of him back and forth and a lot of feet movement to keep that play going. Festus is going to have to calm down a little bit here and try to close that run down from behind the big man.
Coulter Eggmeyer in on the tackle as well for Festus. It is now a fresh set of downs for Clayton. 1st and 10 at the Tiger 11. 1 receiver to the left, 2 tight ends, and 2 men in the backfield. They hand it off to the up man. I believe this is Richard Simon. No, actually, that is number 23, Terry Henderson, with the carry for Clayton. And he's going to lose a yard.
It was a good job by Festus there, Eisenbeis, to get in there and stuff that one.
Braden Eisenbeis, number 75, a 5'10", 260-pound junior. Second down at 11 for Clayton. It is senior night here at Festus, and it's also pink out night. A lot of the players wearing pink. Actually, I think all the Festus Tiger players are wearing pink socks. There's Browns dropping back, looking over the middle to throw it. Still being chased. Now he's got to get rid of it. He'll throw it away, and it's caught in the end zone. Did they say catch it? Yes, it is. Touchdown. Jake Brown escaped trouble, and it is Demetrius Norman with the touchdown catch after 11 yards, and Clayton goes on top first.
4-play drive, 4 passes, 2 rushes, or 5 plays, 3 passes, 2 rushes. They go 80 yards on the field. They looked impressive on that opening drive.
So Jake Brown finds Demetrius Norman for an 11-yard touchdown. The extra point is up and no good, and Clayton goes up 6-0 after 9:43 left in the first quarter. We'll take a break. You're listening to high school football on KJFF.
Walmart Supercenter in DeSoto is a great place to get everything you need for any occasion in your life. From a great selection of food, including a fresh deli and bakery, to all the latest trends in clothing, electronics, housewares, hunting supplies, and more. And special occasions, Walmart Supercenter in DeSoto stocks everything that you need for birthdays, anniversaries, weddings, and more. Walmart Supercenter in DeSoto. Always a good choice. Save money, live better, Walmart.
Hi, this is Ken Waller, your Jefferson County Executive. On November 4th, please help me continue to make Jefferson County work for you. I've balanced our budget every year. I've lowered the county property tax rate. I've doubled our county's reserves in just over 3 years, and I've increased funding for our first responders. It would be an honor and a privilege to once again serve as your county executive. I ask you to cast your vote November 4th so I can take the first step in continuing to deliver results for our county.
Paid for by citizens to elect Waller. Flo Penrod, Treasurer.
17-second drive by Clayton puts them on top. They kick it off, and this is Jordan Wilkes, receives it right at the goal line. Going down the left sideline, he's got some room, but he takes it past the 30 to the 34 where he is finally dropped. And a good return by Jordan Wilkes to start things off for Festus. First and 10 starting at their own 34-yard line. Boy, Coach Schmidt for Festus, he said in that Pacific game they didn't start well, and they kind of maybe thought Pacific wasn't going to play as well as they did, and you wonder if that's what happened here.
They did look to start a little flat on that. We'll see if Festus can't turn it around here on the offensive side of the ball after a really good return by Wilkes.
And so Festus will go out on offense. Andrew Hayden is their quarterback, and he would most likely be the quarterback all night. They've been using kind of this 2-quarterback system with Jared Johnson coming in every couple of series, but Jared Johnson out with an injury, so we will not see him tonight. It will most likely be Andrew Hayden's night at quarterback. He hands it off up the middle. This is Nathan Cummings. He's tripped up and dropped at the 42. A nice carry for Nathan Cummings, a pickup of 8.
Good hard run. The big man coming through there. The smaller safety from Clayton had to come in and really go at the knees hard on that and upend him. He didn't want to take the big man on heads up.
3 minutes into this first quarter, a 6-0 lead for Clayton. Andrew Hayden under center, 2nd down and 2. He hands this off the right side, cuts back to the middle. That is, I believe, number 26, Seth Perkins. Yes, it is number 26, Seth Perkins. He's going to be right at the line to gain, and they're going to hold up 3 fingers and say 3rd down. So he's going to be just shy of the 1st down. Actually, he's going to be about a yard short, so maybe a 1-yard run for Perkins.
Clayton really stretched that out to the short side of the field. There wasn't much room for Perkins to go anywhere on that.
Hayden under center again, hands this off left tackle. This is Cummings. He drives forward. He picks up a 1st down. That is what Nathan Cummings can do. 5'10", 210 pounds. He's a shot put and a discus thrower. He's also a defensive lineman. And that's what happens when you give a big guy the ball. He just runs right through the tackles, and he picks up the 1st down.
That time they came in there and got up around the shoulder pads and wrapped him up high and low, but nobody's trying to take him on shoulder pad to shoulder pad, that's for sure.
Festus with the ball at their own 47. Hayden under center again. He hands this off to Wilkes. On the end around to the outside, and he gets to the 44. Nice pickup by Wilkes. Gain of 3. he was coming in motion. They handed it to him on the in route.
Nice run on that first play. The Clayton linebacker got in and just got a shoestring on that right foot to bring him down. He could have probably picked up 4 or 5 more before he found the pack on that one.
From their own 49, second and a long 7 for Festus on the far hash mark. Hayden takes the snap, rolling back, dropping back, looking to throw, going to throw it right. It is incomplete. He had 2 people out there, Brennan Schuler, the tight end, and Coulter Eggmeyer. Jordan Wilkes was deep, and the pass was right in between them. It was just a bad pass.
That's that over-under pattern we've talked about before, where you're actually sending 2 guys, one at about 10 yards, one at about 18 yards. A lot of times you see high school quarterbacks, they'll throw that pass right in between both receivers. You see one open, and then you see the other one, and your brain just says throw it between them. For some reason, it's a very difficult pass to throw as a high school quarterback.
And physically it's fine. It's just a mental thing.
It is. You see 2 receivers, and your brain just kind of says,
yeah, just pick one. You can't pick one and throw it. Hayden dropping back, rolling right again. He throws it. This time it's complete to Perkins with room at the 40. Picks up the first down and more. It's spun down at the 35. Number 10, Anthony Cameron on the tackle for Clayton. A nice pickup by Seth Perkins.
16 yards on that play. Excellent run after the catch. Perkins snuck under on that crossing route and was wide open. Nobody had him covered.
And it's going to be a hold on Festus, and it's coming back. So I missed where the flag is down. It's thrown down on the near sidelines of the Clayton.
The flag was right here on about the 42-yard line, so there must have been something after the play, after he had caught the ball, is the only thing I can think, because the flag is right here on the 4.
So a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul, and it's going to back it up right back to where they started. So basically no play, and it brings up 3rd down to long 7 again. That's a disappointing penalty for Festus.
That negates a really nice 16-yard catch and run.
And a 1st down. Now it's once again 3rd down and 7. 2 receivers to the left. Hayden under center, dropping back, rolling left, going to throw. He's got some open space. He's going to pull it down and run with it. He'll step out of bounds at the 47. A 4-yard gain by Andrew Hayden, but he's going to be shy of the 1st down.
Good coverage in the secondary there. They were smelling pass the whole way that time with Clayton. They had a lot of coverage out there. They had about 4 guys covering 2 on that pattern. Would have been a tough throw anyway for a right-handed quarterback rolling to his left to the far side of the field away from us.
So Andrew Hayden will step back and punt it away for Festus. Number 10, Anthony Cameron, back to receive it. He's standing at the 20. He's going to back up. Although it's going to be a low liner by Hayden, bounce right at the 20. Cameron will let it bounce and roll back, and Festus will down it inside the 5, and they surround it, and it finally comes to rest right at the Clayton 7-yard line.
I would be curious to see how Clayton handles this. We've seen this before. He's a rugby-style kicker where he kind of drifts out to his right-hand side when he's going to punt the ball, and it's almost like a read option play for him. If they don't cover that, I guess he has a green light at some time to take off on that thing or possibly throw a pass. It's a very unique play.
7:04 left in this first quarter here at Festus High School. I'm Tommy Self alongside Eric Overly. This game on KJFF brought to you by Lucas Smith Chrysler Center in Festus, as well as Kettle Hut Smokehouse in Crystal City, Anderson Heating and Air in Festus, AAA Check Advance in Crystal City, Walmart Supercenter in DeSoto, and Farm Bureau Insurance Agents Hal DePew and Joe Reed in Festus. Clayton back out on offense. They throw a screen to Tyler Melvin on the right side. He'll pick up a couple yards, maybe a gain of 3 on the play, and a nice short little play by Clayton to get them at least out of the shadow of the goalpost.
That is a really gutsy play there on the goal line. Probably a smart one, though, just to back up for that screen play. When you release all those defensive linemen, they're thinking safety and kill the quarterback in the end zone. But it did net him 3. Good job by the secondary there to stay with that receiver out of the backfield.
A gain of 3, 2nd down and 7. Festus on defense, Clayton on offense with the ball at their own 10. 1 receiver, 2 receivers to the left. Brown takes the shotgun, dropping. He hands it off right up the middle on a good fake, and it was Tyler Melvin. He picks up a huge 1st down on a big run up to the 30-yard line. A great play fake. And, I say play fake, but it was a great fake because I picked it up, and Festus missed it too because they gave up about a 20-yard run.
I got him about 17 yards on that, and if Festus doesn't get a hold of him right up the middle, look out. That could have gone a long way.
Festus defense has been back on their heels since this game started, giving up an opening drive touchdown with Clayton leading 6-0. The extra point was missed. 1st and 10 from the 31. Brown in the shotgun, rolling to the right, and he throws it, and it's complete to the tight end, Connor McCarthy, up to the 50, into Festus territory at the 49, and another first down for Clayton.
He is very effective throwing that pass. He's now throwing to another big man coming across on that crossing pattern. They're missing that Clayton defender that's coming across on the crossing pattern from the backside on that. Very nice pickup there of about another 18 yards on the pass play. They're going to have to figure out something, some way to get pressure on this quarterback because they're already at about 88 yards on 5 passes.
Jake Brown, the Clayton quarterback, has a 55% completion percentage, 12 touchdowns and 7 interceptions to this point so far. At the Festus 49, Brown in the gun, flag on the play, throw it in the flat to this side, down the hash mark, breaks the tackle, cuts towards the middle, down the middle of the field to the 10, the 5, into the end zone for a touchdown. There is a flag on the play right at the line of scrimmage. That was Demetrius Norman with the catch and run, but it's going to be an illegal procedure on Clayton, and it's going to be called back.
That was a beautiful piece of running after the catch. That was only about a 9-yard pass, and he just really worked his way through a lot of small gaps there. Fortunately for Festus, it was an illegal procedure call. That was a beautiful piece of running afterwards.
And something we've seen recently, an offensive penalty, and the refs let the play go.
That isn't usually, at every level when it's an illegal procedure, they normally stop the play dead. That's the 3rd time we've seen that.
So that will back Clayton up 5 yards and send them back to their own 46. 2nd and 15. Need to get to the Tiger 39. 5:19 left in the first quarter. A 6-0 lead for the Greyhounds. Took 2 minutes and 13 seconds to score a touchdown on their opening drive. So 1st down and 15. Festus showing blitz. So after a very quick 1st down drive by Clayton, Festus defense stands up on this next one, but it came after a touchdown that was called back after a legal procedure penalty. So a little bit of a break for Festus after that penalty. They called back that big touchdown.
Festus did a good job. They really started running the blitzes and the stunts to capitalize on that penalty call, would put them at 2nd and 15. I will not be surprised to see Festus come after a couple of punts here tonight because I noticed Clayton's punter is only 9 yards behind the center on his kicks.
1st and 10 Festus from their own 29, trailing 6-0. Handoff up the middle. Not much doing, maybe a yard on the play. There's a pile, a yard in front of the line of scrimmage. It was Nathan Cummings on the carry, and he picked up about a yard and a half. That will bring up 2nd down. 2nd down and 8.
There was just a pile there. That was actually a stalemate right there between the offensive and the defensive lines. There was just a pile of about 7 people right there where Cummings was trying to run through, and there's just no place to go.
They throw it out in the flat. It's complete to Perkins, and he is dropped in the backfield. And no gain on the play on the nice pass to Seth Perkins. Hayden hit him out of the flat, but not much doing. Maybe a yard on the play to bring up 3rd down and 7.
Excellent defense there by Clayton. They saw that one coming the whole way. The back swung around, and they just went right with him over there.
Looking at a 3rd down and 7, Festus from their own 32-yard line. 1 receiver to the right, 1 to the left, 2 men in the backfield. Hayden hands it off. This is Wilkes, who the wide receiver came to the backfield. He got a 1st down and more to the 50-yard line. Dragged down from behind. A huge run by Jordan Wilkes. Number 32, Cortez Stewart. Number 9, Zach Lewis. A pair of defensive backs on the tackle. Made a touchdown-saving tackle and a huge play by Festus on the run by Jordan Wilkes.
I think half the defense for Clayton had a shot at Wilkes on that one. He just slid through everybody, hit every little crack and seam out there he possibly could. They finally brought him down out of the secondary players after a run of 20.
1st and 10, Festus from the Clayton 48. Hayden under center, hands it off to the up man. Cummings, huge hole, and he breaks through. He'll pick up 9, still going, picks up 11. A great run by Nathan Cummings. He was 9 yards into the defense before he was hit, and he picked up 3 or 4 more yards after contact. A nice run by Cummings.
The big man showed some real quickness there. They handed the ball. He exploded through that line untouched and took on about 3 defenders 9 yards deep and drove them 2 yards back for the 1st down after the contact.
Festus driving, trying to take the lead, trailing 6-0. They hand off. This is Perkins again. He runs into the back of Nate Cummings, who was throwing a block, and Perkins ran right into the back of him.
Perkins ran into a wall on that one. He was kind of leaning and ran right into one of his own players and a Clayton defender. The Clayton defender won that battle by pushing him back about a half yard deep into the secondary to disrupt that play.
2:18 left in the first quarter. Festus with the ball. Looking at a 2nd down and 10 from the Clayton 32. Hayden under center, dropping back, looking left, going to throw it into single coverage, and it's long. He was looking for number 12, Coulter Egelmeyer, in single coverage. Anthony Cameron on the defense, then he outthrew him by about 5 yards.
Anthony Cameron had really good coverage on that when he was step for step for Egelmeyer. We've seen Festus try that before. Man-on-man coverage. Let's see who can get away, or if he can get a breakaway of a yard or two and just drop that ball in for him.
Clock stops at 2:05 left in the first quarter here at Festus. Go online to MIMOinfo.com. You can see the full scoreboard. We'll give you some of those other scores from around the area. Also, you can watch this game tonight on Web TV. Just go to MIMOinfo.com and watch it live. Flip to Hayden to Cummings off the sweep. Room to run. He picks up a 6 or so up to the 30-yard line. A nice run by Cummings. He'll be short of the first down. That will bring up a 4th down. And we get an injured player down on the field.
He's got his helmet off already. Either it came off or they peeled it off real quick on that play. Cummings with a good explosion. I've got him for 5 carries, 30 yards already in this game.
And injured Clayton Greyhound down on the field while they attend to him. Here are some of the other scores. On J98 The Boot, St. Vincent leads Jefferson R 7-0. Valley Catholic on top of St. Pius 7-0. Herculaneum leads Charleston 7-0. That's in the first quarter. Windsor on top of Winfield 7-6. And that looks like that's all the Caruthersville 3, St. Genevieve 1 in the first quarter. All the scoring from around the area right now. Park Hill Central leads Farmington 6-3. Anthony Cameron is the injured Greyhound who is walking off the field, walking under his own power, so it looks like he's all right. So the ball will be at the 31-yard line. This would be a 48-yard field goal for Andrew Hayden. And I don't think they would even had to think about this last year with Travis Sproul. He's kicking for Leonardwood St. Charles right now. But Andrew Hayden, a very good kicker himself. I'm not sure of his range, but 48 yards is pretty long for a high schooler, so we shall see what if they come out in the offense or they'll try to kick the field goal here.
I'd be curious to see him try one. I'd like to see what Andrew Hayden's range really is.
I'd like to see him try it, but looks like they're going to come out in offense. Looking at a 4th and 4, need to get to the 26, 27. Hayden under center. Looks like they're trying to hard count. They get a couple Clayton Greyhounds to jump. Now Festus backs off, and we get a timeout called by Festus. So it looks like they came out there, and they were going to try and get him to jump, because Hayden was giving them the hard count, because there were 2 or 3 Greyhounds who were moving on the line of scrimmage, but they couldn't get them to completely jump off sides.
That's not a bad play call there to try to pick up that 5 real quick to keep this drive alive. Clayton did a good job of being disciplined there, and they didn't bite on it. I think they were kind of expecting that. That may have worked if you don't have the injured player and the coach doesn't have the opportunity to tell his players, keep your head up, watch the ball, don't jump at that hard count. If he doesn't have that opportunity beforehand to tell his kids that, you might get away with that one. You might pick up the 5 there.
Many top high school students choose Jefferson College for its high-quality, innovative academic programs and flexible class options. Studies show the Jeffco graduates who transfer to 4-year universities do as well or better academically than their peers. Discover the Jefferson College Advantage. Call 636-481-3000 or visit jeffco.edu and discover your future today. As you mentioned, Jarrett Johnson, Jaden Reddick. I mean, if Reddick was in, this would be a situation where you just handed to him off right tackle. But Nathan Cummings, a big bruiser too. So, no Jarrett Johnson, no Jaden Reddick, no Austin Cook. 3 very good running backs. They have combined for 28 touchdowns this season and over 1,600 yards rushing, but they are all out. Festus back out on offense, looking at a 4th and 4 from the Clayton 31. Hayden under center, takes the snap, hands it off to Cummings. All kinds of room, drops his head. He's in for a first down. Up to past the 25-yard line, an easy run for Nathan Cummings. Good blocking up front.
Hayden did a great job of hiding that ball so Clayton couldn't see what was coming. Put it right into Cummings' pocket. He just dipped those shoulders down. They couldn't see the ball and exploded off a right tackle to pick up 6 and the first down.
Ryan Shepard, Logan Reynolds, Lucas Reynolds, the twins, Lane Reynolds, and Nate Jones, your Festus offensive line, and they always do a great job. Flip to Cummings on the sweep. Plenty of room to the outside. Down the sideline to the 10, pushed out of bounds. A nice run by Nathan Cummings, and he picks up a first down.
Another good run. Cummings showing some really good speed to get out around that edge. Outran the defense. They couldn't stretch him out on that play. Picked up 12 to put him in real good position right now.
First and 10 from the Clayton 23. Festus looking towards the Festus sideline. Out in their wing tee offense, Hayden under center. Send a man in motion. They hand it off to the up man. Through the middle, pushing, fighting. Now finally slammed down. That is number 4, Quincy Mack, the middle linebacker, with a tackle.
Good hard run. There was a very interesting ball fake by Hayden on that, where he just kind of loops the ball around to make it look like it's going to be a pitch. And Seth Perkins on his third run, he finally breaks off that 1-yard mark, picks up 7 more for 8.
Now looking at a 2nd and 5 from the 6-yard line. Hayden again, handoff to Cummings, flag on the play, nowhere to go. Cummings tried to get to the outside. They met him. Number 86, Brandon Jones, and number 85, Connor McCarthy. Flag on the play right as the ball was snapped. They're talking to Andrew Hayden, so this should be on Clayton. Wouldn't be talking to Festus if it was on them.
I thought he'd see him signal an illegal shift.
Now they're talking to Clayton, so this must have been on Festus. They've talked to both Clayton and Festus after this flag was thrown. This game on KJFF, made possible by Lowry Law Firm, Medicine Shop Pharmacies, Plaza Tire Service, Comtree, YMCA of Jefferson County. It is an illegal shift on Festus, so that will back them up 5 yards. Backed up to the Clayton 11-yard line, and it will be 2nd down and 9 from the 11.
I doubt that Festus is going to get this play off. We're already down to 3 seconds on the game clock.
Yeah, that will do it for the first quarter. A 6-0 lead for the Clayton Greyhounds as we go to the second quarter. All Clayton so far, at least on the scoreboard, but Festus threatening. Back here at Festus High School, I'm Tommy Self alongside Eric Oberle. Clayton leads Festus 6-0 as we go into the second quarter. However, Festus is threatening. They have driven down, started this ball with this at their own 29 with 4:17 left in the first quarter when they started this, and they're looking at a 2nd and 9 from the Clayton 12.
Festus did something very unusual. They came out on that 4th down, 4th and 4, tried to draw them off sides, and then came back and ran a play, and it actually worked.
Hayden under center, fakes the handoff. Now he hands it off to Wilkes, off left, trying to get to the outside, drops his head, and he's pushed out of bounds. A nice tackle made by number 23, Terry Henderson. They faked the handoff to one, and then they handed it off to the other. And they faked the handoff up the middle and handed it to Wilkes going on the outside.
Nice little misdirection play, tried to draw him in. Clayton didn't bite on it on the right side. They stayed true to their position and stretched that play up and held Wilkes to a 4-yard play.
That will bring up a 3rd down and 6 from the 8. One receiver to the right. Hayden dropping back, rolling right, looking for Coulter Eggmeyer in the corner. He throws. It is dive. Did he catch it? Yes! What a catch by Coulter Eggmeyer on the dive right on the outside pylon. Hayden put it where only Eggmeyer could get it. He went out and got it, and this game is tied.
Excellent job of running the old San Francisco rollout read option throw pass. Everybody's seen it. He put it out there where nobody was going to get it, but Eggmeyer lays out on that, gets the catch, and gets a foot down for the 6 to tie this game up.
That was pretty.
Very much so.
And now Colt Eggmeyer will come back and hold for the extra point. Andrew Hayden will take the 1, 2, 2 steps back and 2 steps to the right to attempt the extra point. Snap is back, hold is down, kick is up, and it's good. And Festus takes the lead 7-6. 11-13 left in the first half. We'll take a break. You're listening to High School Football on KJFF.
There's a new barbecue place in Crystal City where homemade is the only way. Kettle Hut's Smokehouse specializes in blues, brews, and BBQ. Most everything they serve starts out fresh. From slow-smoked baby backs to the sauces they serve, all made on site. If down home, made from scratch, melt in your mouth barbecue sounds good, Kettle Hut's will be your new favorite. Kettle Hut's Smokehouse, hands down the best around.
The kids are back in school, and with all the extra expenses of school supplies, new clothing, and let's not forget about new tennis shoes, you're strapped for cash and trying to catch up. Well, stop worrying and get to AAA Check Advance in Crystal City and Farmington. Because at AAA Check Advance, first-time customers can get a loan with 0% interest. That's right, borrow money for free. Find out how by calling AAA Check Advance today with locations on Truman Boulevard in Crystal City and across from the movie theater in Farmington.
11-13 left in this first half. Festus takes the lead after a nice touchdown drive that took about 5 minutes. And a nice throw from Andrew Hayden to Coulter Eggemeyer diving in the corner of the end zone. Hayden will place the ball on the near hash, kicking right to left. Andrew Hayden very deliberate in how he steps off his kick.
He has his own unique style on that.
The kick is away, a high end-over-end kick. It will be fielded at the 2, right at the near hash mark. Taking right up the middle, cuts to the right side. This is Terry Henderson, makes a cut. Stiff arm, gets out of bounds at the 37-yard line. A nice return by Terry Henderson, and good starting field position for Clayton.
Clayton does a good job of setting that up. They actually set the wall at about the hash mark to try to seal off everybody on that side, and then 3 guys come across to try to take out the gunner on the left side. Good job of setting that up in the blocking scheme on that kick. Festus had to track that one down after the wall, and still only got him on about the 36, 38-yard line.
37.
Thank you.
That's what I'm here for.
36 to 38.
You were right. I was just a little bit more specific.
Well, you were being accurate. I can appreciate that.
1st and 10, Clayton. They flip it out to Melvin, and he is brought down in the backfield. Alex Keithley, the middle linebacker, got through the line of scrimmage and hit him 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage, and it will be a 5-yard loss on the flip to Tyler Melvin.
Alex Keithley came on that end-around blitz. He was through there solo, untouched, and absolutely leveled the running back on that play.
Alex Keithley, one of 18 seniors on this Festus Tigers team that was honored before the game. You know, I mentioned Logan and Lucas Reynolds, the twin offensive linemen for Festus. I'll finish this story after this play. 10:30 left in the first half, a 7-6 Festus lead. 3 receivers to the left side. Drake Brown, the quarterback, looking that way. He's going to throw it and it's almost intercepted. That was number 36. Josh Mobley had 2 hands on it, just couldn't come up with the interception. And Jake Brown has thrown 7, and Josh Mobley, he's come up with the interceptions as well. Actually, he does not. He has 2 interceptions on the year, just couldn't hang on.
If he puts just a little bit more air underneath that ball, that is another long pass play, and that's going for 6 because the receiver had actually gotten behind the secondary. And a great play by Seth to come back and recover from that and get out there and get those hands out the last second to break that up.
We get a flag down on the field. It looks like it is going to be a holding on Festus. So a holding penalty on Festus. They'll mark this one off. As I was saying, so before the game, Lucas and Logan Reynolds, the senior offensive linemen, they introduced them and their parents are escorting them. So they started, I believe, with Lucas Reynolds, and they walked him down, and they got to the end of the line, like where the players were lined up. They got to the beginning of it. And then they started talking about the next one, and the parents ran back to him and escorted him back the rest of the way.
If you've got 3 kids that are playing on the offensive line, can you imagine what the food bill looks like?
Yeah, wow.
I'd like to feed those 3.
I hope they probably need a restaurant-sized freezer.
I'm surprised Mom and Dad aren't working tonight just to pay for that grocery bill.
2nd and 4. Clayton, they throw it out in the flat down the right sideline. It is good for a first down and more. And Clayton goes into Festus territory. A nice little play out and throw out into the flat. That was number 13, Demetrius Norman again, who went down with an injury, but now he's back up. He also had a touchdown earlier in the game.
Picking up about 17 on that play. Quick hit to him. They noticed that the defensive coverage was backing off on him, so they took advantage of that. A great run after the catch.
Second down and 5. Clayton from the Festus 42. Brown with play action, throwing over the middle to Norman, and it's completed just shy of the first down. A nice misdirection. The Festus bit on the fake. Brown got out in space to the right side and threw it to open Norman, and they pick up the first down.
Demetrius Norman, I've got him for 5 catches so far tonight, 94 yards. That is his favorite target.
9:51 left in the first half. A 7-6 lead for Festus with Clayton driving. Into Festus territory, 1st and 10 at the 34. They hand it off up the middle. That's Melvin. And a nice carry for him up to the 29-yard line.
Good hard-nosed running. The linebackers had to step in and bring that down after a gain of 4.
A 4-yard pickup for Melvin. It's 2nd and 6 from the 29. 9:22 and counting left in this first half. Couple of substitutions for Clayton, as number 10, Anthony Cameron, and number 9, Zach Lewis, check into the game for the Greyhounds.
I've got Jake Brown for 115 yards passing already tonight on 11 attempts. Mainly Demetrius Norman, who's got 94 of those yards.
2nd and 6. Jake Brown is in the shotgun, and he will call a timeout. Greyhounds call a timeout. We'll take the timeout as well. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to High School Football on KJFF.
Hi, this is Ken Waller, your Jefferson County executive. Like so many of you, I too am a businessman, husband, and a father. I'm also a man who takes his faith in Christ seriously. I love my country and my community. I want to continue to work for you and further bring results to this county we call home. The leadership from a decade ago is in our past. Don't let it be our future. I'm Ken Waller, and it is an honor and a privilege serving you as the Jefferson County Executive.
Paid for by citizens to elect Waller. Flo Penrod, Treasurer.
Back here at Festus High School, a 7-6 lead for Festus with the Clayton Greyhounds driving. 8:56 left in the half. Looking to some of the other scores from around the area. Park Hills Central leads Farmington 12-3. Jefferson R7 leads St. Vincent 14-7. Valley Catholic leads St. Pius 14-7. No score between DeSoto and Potosi. North County on top of Fredericktown 7-0. Windsor leads Winfield 21-12. Hillsborough on top of University City to 13-6. Herculaneum on top of Charleston 7-0. It's 7-6 here at Festus. Jake Brown, the Clayton quarterback, dropping back, rolling right. Now he has to escape, go left to the far hash mark. He's directing his wide receiver. He throws it, and it's incomplete. He was looking to a man on that far sideline. I believe that's number 10, Anthony Cameron, and he was directing him, telling him to go down the field, and Cameron was going, but he overthrew him.
Great job by the Festus secondary, and every one of them stayed with their man. It looked like that was designed to be a rollout pass right, even though they had 2 receivers to the left, and Festus just all stayed with their man in that secondary and did not give him any kind of a target. Even after Jake Brown is throwing out, telling his receivers where to go, Festus still hung in there tight.
Incompletion stops the clock at 8:49 left in the half. Demetrius Norman split out to the left. A little bit of a wing T offense here for Clayton. 2 men in the backfield. They hand it off to the man in the back. This is Melvin up to the 25-yard line. A 4-yard pickup by Tyler Melvin off the right side.
Alex Keithy getting in there and getting a hold of him. All he could do is grab him around the waist and get drugged for about 4 yards, but he brought him down short of the first down.
That will bring up a 4th down and 2. Terry Henderson checks into the game for Clayton, brings the play call into the Greyhound offense. It looks like the Greyhounds will go for it here. 4th down and 2 at the 25. Trailing 7-6 with 8 minutes left in the half. Brown under center, 1 receiver out, wing T formation. Handed off to Henderson, off left tackle, picks up the first down and more, past the 20 to the 18-yard line, and an easy carry there by Terry Henderson.
Henderson on his 2nd carry of the game, picking up about 5 yards on that carry to get him out of negative yardage. The offensive line on the left side did an excellent job of getting the push there. Almost the same spot where Festus went for 4 in the last went on 4th down in the last quarter. Clayton pulling it off too.
It's senior night here at Festus. It's also a pink out night. All of the Festus players wearing pink socks, the cheerleaders in black and pink socks, and a lot of the fans here and students in pink shirts. A couple of the students right here in front of us got the hair dyed pink. First down and 10 from the Festus 19. Brown rolling to the right, throwing it to the end zone, looking for Norman. It is caught in the corner. Did he hold on? He and Wilkes? No. Jordan Wilkes comes up, and he's got the ball, but they're going to rule it incomplete. Demetrius Norman and Jordan Wilkes fighting over that ball back in the corner. It looked like a great catch from Norman, but Wilkes knocked it out before they came down.
Jordan Wilkes was face guarding him. Last second, he turns around and looks up. They both go up for the ball. Great athletic play by both players. They come down and hit the ground, and they're both fighting over the ball. Both the referee and the back judge are running in there to see what's going on. As they're fighting for the ball, that ball hit the ground. No catch, no interception. Great play by both those young men fighting for that one.
Yeah, that was the back judge that needed to make that call because they kind of rolled over and rolled to the back of the end zone and kind of screened the line judge here from really seeing the play. So second down and 10 from the 19 again. Clayton on offense. Jake Brown, the quarterback, under center, fakes the throw, hands it off to Melvin up center. All kinds of room into the secondary. Now dragged down past the 5. Inside the 5, a nice tackle made there by Nate Cummings. And a touchdown-saving tackle. Boy, that fake throw really got Festus to bite hard.
That was the old jump throw that you used to see in the past. And they really bought on that one. He sold it very well and then just dropped it in on the underneath on the draw play. And they kind of let him go through like they were trying to set up the screen, too. Sold it even more, and he just shot right up the middle for a 16-yard pickup.
First down and goal from the Festus 5. Brown under center, one runner in the backfield, two receivers split out. This is Melvin up the middle, dives forward. Pyle is at the goal line. The referees are running in to spot it, and I think they're going to spot him short. I think they'll be inside the 1 at basically the half-yard line, and that'll bring up second down and about a foot.
Right now on these short yardage plays, the size of that Clayton line is really paying dividends. They're getting the drive on these offensive plays to pick up those 3 or 4 yards that they need.
Second and goal from the 1 for Clayton. Tyler Melvin standing in the backfield, the lone man, and actually Terry Henderson is the up man. They hand it off to Melvin, dives forward. The whole pile is in the end zone. Referees run in. Still no signal. There it is. Touchdown. Tyler Melvin dives in for the touchdown, and Clayton goes back on top. 13-7 here, 6:23 left with the extra point upcoming.
Festus did a great job of standing the line up there and really bringing it to a stalemate. Problem was Tyler Melvin, after that handoff, just put his head down and actually dove about knee-high right through that pack of humanity to get it into the end zone. He might have even crawled in a little later. You couldn't really see what was going on there.
He probably saw a little bit of space between a couple legs and just dove in right in there. So after missing the extra point earlier, 12-7, Clayton will go for 2 here. 6:23 left in the first half. Brown in the shotgun, 4 receivers out wide. Brown throwing it to the right side, right in the flat, wide open. That's Terry Henderson who walks into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. 14-7, Clayton, 6:20 left. You'll take a break. You're listening to High School Football on KJFF.
Hi, this is Suzanne Seek, your auction chairperson for the Jefferson County Family YMCA, inviting you to stroll down Candyland Lane with us on Saturday, November 22nd at the Best Western in Festus. This holiday-themed dinner auction features a catered dinner, open bar, live and silent auction, raffles, and lots of fun. With hundreds of auction items, this event is a great opportunity to get some holiday shopping done, all while supporting the charitable cause. For more information, call 931-9622.
Forget everything you thought you knew about buying tires and hurry in and see the gang at Plaza Tire in Festus. Why? Because Plaza Tire customers enjoy Plaza Tire's lowest price pledge. Plaza Tire service will match or beat any competitor's total tire purchase on any comparable tire. Plus tires anytime with hundreds of tires in stock. No appointment necessary on tire installations. That's Plaza Tire, the quick change artist located at 301 Festus Center Drive in Festus.
6:20 left in the first half. It's a 14-7 Clayton lead. The Greyhounds set to kick it away. It's high and deep. Jordan Wilkes will field it at the 3 and go right up the middle. One man is free. He breaks that tackle, but finally brought down the second man to bring him down. That is number 36, Tyler Mitchell, with the tackle.
Cortez Stewart also, he just flies down that left side. He's gonna kill somebody in that backfield if Festus doesn't get a hat on him and slow him down a little bit, because he's got about a 30-yard run at the guy taking the kick.
So the Festus Tigers will start at 1st and 10 from their own 22-yard line, trailing 14-7. Their touchdown drive lasted about 5 minutes, so they're starting here at their own 22. They could take this down at the end of the first half. 1st and 10, tight formation here. One receiver out. Hayden under center. Hands off to the up man. Nowhere to go. I believe that was Cummings. And he hits the pile. Cummings on the carry, but didn't get much. Maybe a yard. They'll give him a yard on the play. 2nd down and 9.
Everybody on Clayton bought on that ball fake in the misdirection except for one player, the nose guard, and he just stood right in there and made a great play to stand up the center, and Cummings on that carry.
2nd and 9. They looked to the sideline for the play call. Now they all look down at their wristband. Hayden under center again. 3 men in the backfield. Hayden dropping back, rolling right, looking for Eggmeyer. Going to throw it deep down the right side. It is tipped around, incomplete. Flag on the play. He was looking for Jordan Wilkes. Wilkes and the defender, Josh Reddick, both got a hand on the ball. They both juggled it.
I think we actually have 2 on the play. I think we have roughing the quarterback back here also, which was thrown late after the ball was gone. And we have either some sort of a pass interference in addition to that.
Here comes the call from the referee. Personal foul, roughing the passer on Clayton, and pass interference on Clayton.
I'm sure Coach Schmidt will take both.
Can you take both?
No.
I didn't think so. So it'll be a 15-yard, basically 15 yards of penalties on whatever they choose to accept. Head referee who threw the flag on the roughing the passer runs back to pick it up. So he was about to make the official call here. Roughing, it will be pass interference. That is declined, so they'll take the personal foul, roughing the passer on Clayton. It'll be a 15-yard penalty. Roughing the pass interference in high school football, not a spot foul. That's why they take the 15-yard roughing the passer penalty. That moves it up to the 38-yard line. 1st and 10, Festus, 5:33 in the left in the half. Hayden under center. Wilkes goes in motion, handed off to Cummings off the right side, dives forward. He runs 6 yards. He sees a man. He ducks down. He goes over him, and he basically kind of makes the contact there. Good carry by Cummings, pickup of about 9.
This Clayton secondary, when they got to take on Nathan Cummings, they get down really low and bring him down by hitting him in the shins. They're just trying to get lower than Cummings is, because he lowers those shoulders. He's looking to pound somebody and put them on their backside when they try to tackle him. Looks like they moved it back a little bit and only gave him about 9 on that one.
Yeah, 2nd and 9 from the Festus 47. Under 5 minutes to play. 2nd down and 1. Coulter Eggmeyer, lone receiver to the left. Three backs in the backfield. Hayden under center, dropping back, rolling left, looking to throw it, throws it. This is Eggmeyer, dives for it. Pass was low and outside, but Eggmeyer comes back to make the catch low, and he picks up the 1st down.
Eggmeyer with about another 8-yard catch right there. Good job of coming back on that play. Excellent play by Hayden, rolling out to his left and throwing back across his body, putting that ball low and in front of him. So once again, Eggmeyer's the only one who can get that ball. Clayton did not have a play on it.
1st and 10, Tigers from the 48. Nose of the football right at the Clayton 48. 1st and 10, 4:30 left. Same formation here for Festus. Hayden looking to throw it, rolling to his right. Gets a block, throws it. It's incomplete. And once again, you had Alex Keithley, the tight end, and Jordan Wilkes both out there. Keithley, the short man, he throws it right in between them.
That is such a difficult play. Your brain just can't get that one for some reason. It just can't process it quick enough. Your brain says throw it short. Your arm says throw it long. Next thing you know, it's right in between those two again.
Yeah, 2nd time we've seen that from Hayden. Stops the clock at 4:21 left in the half. A 14-7 lead for Festus. Festus trails 14-7.
Well, Festus isn't the only team that we see that from. I was actually talking to Coach Cook when we were at Herculaneum. They have the same problem, that over-under pattern. They throw it right in the middle. It's a common problem.
2nd down. Hayden under center. Hands it off. This is Cummings. Nowhere to go. Spins the move. Now he finds the hole and dives forward for 3 yards. Nice run by Clayton Nathan Cummings. The hole he was supposed to go through was clogged up. He made a spin move and dove forward. He picks up 3 yards, and now there's an injured greyhound down on the field, but looks like he's getting up, and he will be okay. Well, they're limping.
Andrew Hayden's limping around, too. One of the Clayton players absolutely read the count right on it, exploded through the line, and he actually got a hold of Hayden by the back of his jersey right after he made that handoff. He was lucky to get that handoff off. Well, when they brought him down, it looks like Hayden may came up a little gimpy in the ankle, too.
Demetrius Norman is the Clayton Greyhound who's limping off the field, and he was hurt earlier. He does have a touchdown catch earlier this game. I'm sure Clayton would like to get him back.
I've got him for 5 catches, 94 yards. I'm sure his quarterback, Jake Brown, wants him back out there, too.
3rd down and 7. Hayden hands it off. Cummings up the middle. All kinds of room. More than a first down past the 30. And that was, a nice run by Cummings, but just a huge hole to go through.
Cummings just exploded through that hole. He has got a great first or second step. I'm sure his 40 time is pretty impressive for the size of the young man. And this time, one of the Clayton defenders tried to step in there and square up on him. Cummings made him pay the price at the end of that one with the shoulder pads.
Cummings is a straight line runner. There's not a lot of jukes or moves. It's just...
He almost dares you to come up and take him on head up.
3:33 with the clock rolling. Hayden hands it off. Perkins hit in the backfield and dropped. A huge loss and a huge hit by the Clayton Greyhounds on Seth Perkins. And he's going to be dropped for a loss of 5.
You just got to give credit to the young man on that one. He read that snap count correctly and just exploded through that line.
Clock rolls with 3:10 and counting. 2nd down and 15. Festus from the Clayton 33-yard line. Festus looking towards the sideline. Make sure you stick around at halftime. We'll have the first half highlights and also look at the scores from around the area. Also make sure you tune in to Web TV. You can watch this game live. Andrew Hayden dropping back, throwing it in the flat, and it's caught by Perkins. Shakes one tackler to the 25, to the 21. A nice move by Perkins to shed one tackler. Number 21 for Clayton, Armin Watkins, makes the tackle, but a nice play by Seth Perkins.
Excellent job to keep the head up, make the catch, and then make that inside move back to shake that first tackler, and then pick up 14 on the play after the run.
3rd down and 2 for the Tigers at the Clayton 22. Colton Eggmeyer, the receiver to the right, 3 men in the backfield. Cummings, the handoff, picks up the first down, still going forward, still going. Finally brought down inside the 10. He picked up about 8 yards, carrying 3 people.
We just got a flag coming in late, too, while he was driving that pile backwards. Might have a face mask or something on top of it, because that's kind of that area where that's probably where that's coming from.
Referees are discussing it. Head referee in the white hat. Personal foul. Face mask on Clayton. A big penalty for Clayton. That'll give Festus extra yards. And they should probably have a 1st and goal here. It'll already be a 1st and goal after a very good run by Nathan Cummings.
Picked up about 15. Had a little bit of contact from the side on the first 10 yards. Broke through that, and then when 2 guys grabbed him, Cummings just pounded him and just drove for another 5 yards. Picks up the face mask penalty, 15-yard carry. That gives Cummings 12 carries for the game. I've got him for 93 yards already. Just keep handing the big man the ball.
They probably measured that as half the distance to the goal, because by the end of the run, he was already inside the 10. So they'll mark it at the 3. And it'll be 1st and goal. Festus under 2 minutes to play. Hayden under center. Wilkes in motion. Handoff to Cummings. He is hit in the backfield and dropped. A great job by Clayton to get in the backfield. Kerry Benton and Michael Gant, the lineman who got in there and hit him as soon as he took that handoff.
Looks like they got him for about a loss of 4. There's something on that left side. Clayton's found a way. I think they're reading the snap count or something. They're just coming through that line. It almost looks like they're untouched right on the snap of the ball.
1:26 and counting left in this first half. A 14-7 Clayton lead, with Festus threatening, looking at a 2nd and goal from the 8. Eggmeyer, the receiver to the right. Jordan Wilkes standing just off the left hip of the left tackle. Now we get movement on the line and flags, and they blow this play dead, and it looks like this could be a legal procedure on Festus.
A couple of the Greyhounds jumped on the left side. I noticed they were probably jumping the snap count.
Actually, offsides on Clayton. So a mistake by the Greyhounds and a benefit for Festus as they get those 5 yards back that Cummings lost on that negative run.
Well, that's a great job by Hayden to go out there and give him the hard count. After the Clayton, that left side of that defense was really jumping the snap count and reading him well, he gave him the hard count and picked up even a few of those yards they just lost on the last run.
1 minute to play. Hayden flips it to Cummings on the right side, tries to cut back in, but he is dropped. Josh Reddick, the linebacker, came back there, and Cummings probably not the best guy to throw it out in the flat because he's more of a straight line runner, and he's going to lose yards on that play.
Yeah, he actually had to hesitate there for a little while just to receive that ball. The pitch was on his back shoulder, and he kind of stumbled and it turned his shoulder sideways. He really didn't have the opportunity to get his momentum going forward where he could just drive through some people on that.
30 seconds and counting. Festus looking towards the sideline. He'll probably have time for maybe 2 more plays here. They could probably need to hurry up here a little bit. Hayden under center takes the handoff, rolling, trying to pass it. Now he has to shake a tackler, escapes the sack. He throws it, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Nathan Cummings. And I can't tell who that is that broke up that pass, but that'll bring up 4th down. Josh Reddick on the pass breakup. It'll bring up a 4th down.
Yeah, he had shaken Josh Reddick there on that play, and he was open. Reddick did a good job to recover on there and get his hands on that. Hayden just threw this whip sidearm right down there. It was a missile coming right at him.
That will bring on the Festus field goal team. Andrew Hayden, the kicker, will come on. Ball is right at the 4-yard line. So this will be a 21-yard field goal attempt for Andrew Hayden. Snap is back, kick is up, almost blocked. It is through, and it's got about 30 extra yards of leg. And Festus gets another point, but they're still trail at 14-10. We'll take a break. You're listening to high school football on KJFF.
If you're in need of criminal defense or personal injury representation, call the Lowry Law Firm. Hi, this is Mike Lowry. We are an aggressive Jefferson County law firm handling criminal, injury, and domestic cases. When you have a great deal or even a little at stake, trust us, the Lowry Law Firm in Hillsborough and Festus. We have earned a reputation for integrity and are respected members of the legal and civic communities. We are the Lowry Law Firm. Look us up on the web at thelowrylawfirm.com.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
Comtree is now accepting medical and dental patients at our new facility in Hillsborough. Hi, this is Tracy Wicking. We accept most private insurances as well as Medicaid or Medicare. Those with no insurance may qualify for a sliding fee discount. Call us at 636-481-6040 for more information or to schedule an appointment at our new facility in Hillsborough. We want to be your healthcare home. 636-481-6040 or check us out online at comtree.org. Comtree, health happens here.
A 21-yard field goal by Andrew Hayden is good by about 25 yards, so I think he could have made that 48-yarder earlier. 14 seconds left on the clock. It is a 14-10 lead for Clayton, so you do get points on the play, but I'm sure Russ Schmidt and the Festus coaching staff not having to settle for a field goal there.
No, they got it down there, and then they had the face mask penalty after the good carry by Reddick. But they just couldn't get Reddick running forward on those last couple of plays. And that left side of the defense, you have to give credit to those young men. They were really exploding off the left side for the Greyhounds to kind of shut down anything that Festus wanted to do to the right.
The head referee was talking to the Clayton coaching staff. Now he's jogging over to the Festus sideline and said something to them. And now he is jogging back to the Clayton backfield.
Well, with 10 seconds left in the half, he just wanted to make sure he's got Gatorade and stuff at halftime.
A 14-10 lead for Clayton. You'd probably expect maybe a squib kick by Andrew Hayden here because Clayton has shown that they have a very good return team. Hayden will kick it. It is a low bouncer off the ground. It's touched by Clayton. It's still loose. Now they pick it up at the 20. Not much to go. He'll bring it forward up to the 30 with 5 seconds left. And that's what you usually see on kicks like that. You kick it to somebody who's not used to fielding it, probably not the best hands, and it gets loose. But Clayton able to get on it and get maybe about a 10-yard return, and they will start at 1st and 10 from their own 31.
And as strong as Hayden's leg is, when he hits that squib kick and it's bouncing 2 or 3 times, there's no telling which way that ball is going to go.
Hurry up, ladies, squat!
So Clayton will have 5 seconds here. Will they kneel on it, or will they try the deep ball? You don't have Demetrius Norman has gotten hurt. Now it looks like he is sitting on the bench. But they will line up in formation here. I don't see Demetrius Norman on the field.
Jake Brown's got the arm to throw one out there.
You've got Tyler Melvin in the backfield, then the shotgun. They handed it off to Melvin right up the middle down the hash mark with room at the 45, hit and dropped, and that will be the last play. Boy, a big one from Clayton, but couldn't break it completely. A 14-10 lead for Clayton as we go to halftime. It's a 14-0 lead for Clayton, and Festus left a couple out on the field, I would say. Second half adjustments for them.
Well, they definitely lost 4 points there at the end. They got the field goal. I'm sure that they wanted to tie this game up. Second half adjustments. Their passing game hasn't been terribly effective other than the layout catch by Egemeyer. They've had a couple negated by penalties. They're going to have to figure out something to do on the right side of the offensive line to try to contain that rush that they're getting from the Greyhounds over there. They're really popping through, and they've really got the countdown pat on that side. And realistically, other than that, they've got to make some defensive adjustments here and try to figure out a way to get Jake Brown on his back and keep that strong arm from hurting him.
They have really done a good job of the Clayton defensive line of getting through the line of scrimmage and into the Festus backfield, and even, right at the handoffs.
They've got his snap count down good. Andrew Hayden did a good job there at the second half. He went to the hard count and changed up the snap count on him and got him to jump off sides. But they're doing a good job over there.
Festus receives the opening kickoff. It's fielded by Jordan Wilkes at the 5. Cuts to the outside down the right hash mark with room to run. Stiff arm hit the 38 and dragged out of bounds. And that is where Festus will start at their own 37-yard line. Another good return by Jordan Wilkes.
That was a good return. We've seen some really good special teams play here tonight. We've had some very good kickoff returns. Excellent job. Good kicking game. These teams are really well-rounded. It's been a lot of fun to see this game tonight.
1st and 10, Festus Tigers at their own 37-yard line. Festus won the opening toss and chose to defer to the second half.
See what Festus has in store here offensively to start this second half.
Egemeyer, the lone receiver, out to the right. Hayden under center. He hands it off. This is Perkins off right tackle. He is hit at the line of scrimmage. A flag comes out. Seth Perkins on maybe a 1-yard carry, and we get a penalty on Clayton.
I missed the call on that, but that was kind of an unusual play there because Clayton really stood him up well. Unless we have another face mask call or something there.
It is a personal foul, face mask on Clayton. That's the second face masking penalty against Clayton this game. And earlier it was one inside the 10 that they didn't get 15 yards on it. It was basically half the distance to the goal after a good Nathan Cummings run, but Festus unable to capitalize on that. We'll see what they can do here. That moves the ball to the Clayton half of the field.
I can understand face masking Nathan Cummings the way he's been running the ball. You got to get him on the ground somehow.
At the Greyhound 48, 1st and 10, one receiver to the right. Lone receiver out, 3 players in the backfield. Jordan Wilkes, false start. He was starting his motion, and he took a couple of steps and kind of was a little indecisive, and just a mistake on him. Actually, that was not Jordan Wilkes. That was number 21, Amari Fisher.
Hayden snap count must have thrown him off, too, there. A couple of times he's gotten them to jump. They've only drawn a penalty twice. But he's doing a really good job with that snap count. Every once in a while, you can hear him all the way up here in the booth.
That pushes them back to their own 47-yard line, 1st and 15. Hayden under center, hands it off to the up man. Nowhere to go and pushing him backwards. This is Cummings, and he is hit immediately. And once again, the Clayton Greyhounds defensive line gets the push.
They're mixing it up really well, and what Clayton's doing is they're putting 5 down linemen. They're showing 5 down linemen on a lot of plays. Now, not all of them are rush. The thing that Festus doesn't know, which 3 or 4 are actually going to come. And it's really caused a little bit of confusion there, especially on the interior between the tackles.
No gate on the play. Remains 2nd and 15, Festus. One receiver to the right. Freeman in the backfield. Wilkes goes in motion. Hayden dropping back or rolling right. Still rolling right. Throws it to Wilkes. It is. Did he catch that? Oh, what a catch by Jordan Wilkes, diving to the sideline. He will be shy of the first down by a yard, but a great catch by Jordan Wilkes, diving to the sideline.
He absolutely whipped that thing with that right-handed side, a sidearm toss there. Another great catch by a Festus receiver. This time Wilkes laying out, sacrificing it, getting the ball down, and getting that foot in bounds.
A 14-yard gain, 3rd down and 1. Festus puts him at the Clayton 39. Festus trailing 14-10. With 10:36 left in this third quarter. Hayden goes under center. Long count, takes the snap, hands it off to Cummings. Off right tackle, rolling, going forward, hit and drags 3 players about 7 yards, and he picks up a first down.
7-yard run by Wilkes. He's picking up right where he left off in the first half, just driving forward. Takes 4 of the Clayton Greyhounders out of the secondary and the linebackers to bring him down. Got about 4 more yards after the initial contact.
A first down pickup for Cummings, and just another situation of just straightforward. I mean, right on a line, just daring you to bring him down.
If this offensive line can figure out a way to contain those interior 3 for Clayton, Wilkes could have a tremendous night.
First and 10. Cummings to the right side. He is hit. He dodges one tackler, and the second guy brings him down. Cummings has been doing a good job up the middle, but when they flip him to the outside, he hasn't been getting positive yardage.
Yeah, he needs to get those shoulders squared up and driving forward and get those shoulder pads down low to the field and get that head going forward. He has a little bit of trouble fielding those pitches, too. A couple of them have been behind him. Once they turn his shoulders on him, he's in a lot of trouble, especially against that left side of Clayton.
2nd down and 12, Festus. After a loss of 2 on the Cummings carry with 9:48. Clock ticking here in the third quarter, 14-10. Hayden under center, hands it off to the man in motion. That's Wilkes with room on the left side. Dropped and tackled at the 20-yard line. A flag on the play.
That may be a block in the back on that one. That's a possibility right there where he threw that.
Well, Demetrius Norman, the great wide receiver for Clayton, has just been brought on a cart. He's got his shoulder pads off. And he's in crutches, and he's putting his leg up, so not a good sign for Clayton. With looks like Demetrius Norman, what could be out for the rest of this game after he went down twice, scored a touchdown early. Looks like he's out for this game. That's a big loss for the Clayton offense.
It really is, and that's also like a Tylenol for Festus because they were having a heck of a time containing him. It looks like they're icing up or taping possibly his right ankle, but he was a handful for Festus to try to contain. I imagine for anybody to try to contain.
It is an illegal block in the back on Festus, and that will back them up to the Clayton 34-yard line, and it will be 2nd down and 16.
Another one of the Festus passing plays, about a 16-yarder negated again here in the second half by a penalty.
Hayden drops the snap, dives on it, and I think he recovered it, but Hayden just bobbled the snap, and he dove back. He dove on the ball, but it'll be a loss of a yard, and Festus just out of sync. You get a good offensive play that called back for a penalty. Now you fumble a snap.
They are having a hard time developing any kind of a rhythm or any flow to their offense. It's, missed snaps, pitches that just aren't quite right, and, penalties that you don't normally see out of a Festus. They'll go blocking the back just on this last play and hurting themselves on a drive where they were doing pretty good here to start the third quarter.
9:21 left in the third quarter, a 14-10 lead for Clayton. Festus just trying to move the ball, but they're going backwards. 3rd down and 17. Hayden takes the snap, dropping back. Little hitch, throwing it deep in single coverage, and it's almost nearly intercepted by Clayton. It was basically like that Clayton receiver. I think that is the 32, Cortez Stewart. And he was basically almost like he was running the route, but he dropped the ball, had an easy interception.
One thing that's been very, very impressive by both teams tonight has been their coverage. Demetrius Norman was the only one anybody had trouble covering. Other than that, the defensive secondaries have done a great job on both sides of the ball of maintaining that man-to-man coverage.
Andrew Hayden will drop back and punt it away for Festus. Number 10, Anthony Cameron, back to receive it. Andrew rolling right, looking like he's going to throw it. Now he finally boots it, and he hits it straight out of bounds. And we'll have to see where they mark this one. He was rolling, looking like he was going to throw or run it, and he finally booted it. And this is not a very good punt at all. Went right off the side of his foot, and they're going to mark it at the 24-yard line, so basically a 10-yard punt by Andrew Hayden.
He runs that play, and it just really, I don't know if that's just Coach trying to make it look like some sort of a read option play on that punt, and he's run it very effectively. I'm going to be real curious if one of these times if he's going to pull that ball down and take off. He really makes that defense respect what he's doing, and they've got to hold their lanes.
So the Festus punt doesn't go well, and that will give Clayton the ball with 9:06 left in the third quarter at their own 24-yard line. Now flags fly, whistles blow, and the play is stopped right after Clayton takes the snap. It's an illegal procedure on Clayton. That'll back them up 5 yards. Another penalty for Clayton.
The first half, we had a few penalties on each team, just kind of like drive stoppers, and it disrupted the flow of the game, but not a lot of penalties. But here in the second half, we've racked up 5 penalties already for about 45 yards.
Had a couple big plays called back for penalties. Clayton had they had 2 15-yard penalties on the same play. 9:05 left in this third quarter. They hand it off, fake a throw, and it's a negative play for Clayton as the Festus defensive line got into the backfield and stopped him short, and that's going to be a loss of 2.
They did a great job of disrupting that play. When they got up, the only one I saw was him on the ground, though. It looked like the turf monster might have bit him on that one, and just the disruption and the handoff and everything. Credit to the 3-down lineman for Festus. 2nd and 17 for Festus. For Clayton. Festus defense on the field, trailing Clayton on top 14-10, 8:32 and counting. They take the snap. They fake the handoff, throw it over the middle, and it's caught right through the seam. Flag on the play. Still going. Number 9, Zach Lewis with a huge catch and run. Picks up a first down. There's a flag down right in the middle of the field. Ineligible man downfield on Clayton. Another big play that will be called back for the Greyhounds. We've had actually more penalties than plays, I think, here in the second half. That negated about a 16-yard gain where he's running a great job. He runs a seam pattern. He runs about 5 steps, and then he cuts on a diagonal, about a 45-degree angle across the field, and he's hitting him right as he's coming out of that cut. Very difficult to defend if you're not right up on him.
An ineligible man downfield penalty on Clayton. We'll drop them back 5 yards. Ball's on the 19. 2nd down and 21. Actually, no, ball's on the 13. 2nd down and 21. 4 receivers out this time. Brown fakes the jump throw, hands it off right up the middle with all kinds of room. Breaks the tackle, and he is brought down at the 24. Good carry by Clayton. Still shy of the first down, though. That was Tyler Melvin on the carry.
Good, strong 14-yard run. That jump throw really seems to be drawing Festus in, and it's drawing the defense just slightly out of sync, and just enough for Tyler Melvin to bolt right between the center and the guard and really make a nice pickup on that play to put him back within at least striking distance here on a 3rd down.
Clock rolls with 7:40 left in the third quarter. 3rd down and 6 for the Greyhounds. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Brown takes his snap and hands it off to Melvin with room, and he picks up a first down and more. Breaks an ankle tackle to the 50 down the sideline. Being chased, stiff arm, dragged out of bounds at the 30. A heck of a run by Tyler Melvin. They are deep into Festus territory.
If he doesn't get a hold of that jersey right there and knock him out of bounds, that's 6. Tyler Melvin tried something you don't see very often. He actually tried to reach behind him as he was running and stiff-arm the player. Festus did a great job of fighting through that stiff arm to get a hold of that jersey and pull him out of bounds.
A huge pickup by Tyler Melvin, and they are driving again and threatening. They could make it a 2-score game here. But the Clayton Greyhounds leading 14-10, 7:24 left in the third quarter. Brown under center, 2 men in the backfield. They hand it off. No, they fake one handoff. They hand it off to the second guy. This is Melvin on the carry, and he picks up about 6 yards.
Looks like they're going back to Melvin. He's got 4 carries for about 50 yards here in the second half. He had about 8 and 55 in the first half. He's real close, if not, according to my unofficial count, he's about 105 yards on the night. Very effective runner, and great job by this big Clayton offensive line.
2nd down and 4 for Clayton. They go into the huddle. Festus defense looking a little tired. They've got a couple guys not real tired, but they've been on the field a while here.
Clayton's got some size on this field. That's going to wear down a defense.
Brown takes a snap out of the handoff, rolls to the left after faking the handoff, and he picks up a first down on a very nice carry. And he's going to be up to about the 20-yard line. A nice pickup by Jake Brown, and still Festus still just cannot stop this Clayton offense.
I'm not sure what we have here. That was an unusual play because Jake Brown actually goes out and they have a receiver standing out on the end, out on the sideline, and he fakes a throw to me. It's almost like an option pass, and he just fakes the throw instead of a pitch, like on the option, and then just takes off and picks up about 5 yards on a good carry.
First down and 10. Clayton, 6:20 and counting. This has been a pretty good long drive. Started at their own 24. They're at the Festus 24 now. Hand off to Melvin, up the middle, past the 20 to the 15. He's stopped, brought down shy of the 15 at the 16, shy of the first down, but another good carry by Tyler Melvin, just up the middle.
It was a good carry. They've gone to straight ground and pound here in the second half after they attempted 13 passes in the first half. It's a different look. They really changed things up here offensively by Clayton.
Second down and 3 for the Greyhounds. Jake Brown will go down under center. One receiver to the left, 2 men in the backfield. They take the snap, hand off to Henderson. Hit, breaks that tackle, still going. And he's going to be just right at the line to gain. We'll have to see where they spot this. And it looks like they might have to bring out the sticks to measure it.
Lane Reynolds got in there, number 60, about 4 yards back in the backfield to really disrupt that play. Clayton got the first down anyway on that run.
It is a first down signaled by the head referee, and Clayton continues to move the ball well. A couple of substitutions now as Terry Henderson comes off the field. Anthony Cameron will check in. First down and 10. Greyhounds at the Festus 13.
Terry Henderson came off. He's holding his right arm. He's holding it like a shoulder injury.
3 receivers to the right. Brown throws it over the center. It's intercepted. Intercepted by Festus. This is down the sideline. Huge return here. Number 10, Elijah Richardson, breaks the tackle. Still going at the 45. He is brought down to the 43. Elijah Richardson with a clean interception and a huge turn of events here for Festus and Clayton after Clayton was driving, and Festus turns around and takes it the other way.
First pass out of the gate for the second half here for Jake Brown. And Isaiah Henderson sticks in, came underneath on that play. He never saw him coming and pulls it in just like a receiver. It takes off down the field. Probably would have been better off. I'm sure Coach Smith's going to talk to you about just keep running on a play like that. Don't stop and start jiving and everything, and juking and jiving and try to get around people. Just keep running forward.
This will be the first drive that either team has started in the opponent's territory. Festus with the ball now at the Clayton 42-yard line. First and 10, 5:04 left in this third quarter. Hayden under center. He'll hand it off. This is Perkins off right tackle. Goes through the line of scrimmage. He'll pick up 2 yards. We're joined now by Jefferson County Executive Ken Waller in the press box with us now. How are you?
Eric, how you doing, man? Good to see you. Tom? What a game, man.
This is. This is your alma mater here, Festus, right?
Graduate 1980.
1980?
A long time ago.
Not that long ago, right?
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
I don't believe it.
But it's nice to come back home and watch these games. And, I mean, Clayton's got a good team. And I tell you what, this is a hard-hitting game.
Second down and 8. Hayden hands it off to Wilkes in motion. Hit at the 40 and driven backwards. A nice tackle there by the defensive lineman. That is number 57, Michael Gant. Got into the backfield again. Eric, again, Clayton getting into the backfield.
Clayton does an exceptional job of catching that snap count. They are very, very quick off the ball, even though they're very big on that defensive front, too.
Loss of 1, third down and a long 9. 4 minutes and counting left in this third quarter. Festus looking towards the sideline for the play call. Festus has had drives, but they stalled at the final drive of the first half, trying to take advantage of an interception. Wilkes goes in motion. Hayden under center, dropping back, looking over the middle, rolling right, has to escape the tacklers. He does, and now he's off to the races. Breaks an arm tackle. He picks up a 5-yard pickup. A nice try by Andrew Hayden. He's been in trouble, and that's really the first time we've seen him actually pull it down and run with it.
Great job of splitting the 2 defenders that were coming right up on him and avoiding the sack. Then he got driving forward, picked up, but he had to run about 12 yards just to pick up 5 on that play.
That'll bring up a 4th down, and Festus looks like they will go for it here. And now looks like Will Womble is going to check in to this game. Andrew Hayden still in at quarterback. Womble checking in as basically a back in the backfield. 4th down and 5. Now Hayden steps off. And they're going to call a timeout. Mr. County Executive Ken Waller is joining us in the press box, and I know it's got to be exciting for you to be back here, week 9 of the high school football. How often do you watch Festus football?
Well, I have a freshman that plays in the marching band, so it's nice to come back, obviously, to watch him participate. But, to get to come back home, there's just nothing more exciting than Friday Night Lights and the football game. I know you and Eric do a lot of these games, and I know every year it just gets better and better. Fields are looking great. You got a lot of good competition here in Jefferson County. Hillsboro's always been playing well. We got R7 and Herculaneum, so we got a lot of good teams in here. But it's nice to come back. I got to come back for homecoming 2 or 3 weeks ago. Saw a really good game, the Festus game at homecoming. And I understand that one of their players got hurt last week, the Reddick kid. So I don't know if he's out for the season or not. But when you're missing a big horse like that, he's a good player. It's really tough to replace him. But it looks like they got some good running backs and a guy that can roll out and pass. So got a good arm.
We go out to your high school games every night. I have yet to see a marching band bigger than what you guys have here at Festus.
They have a huge marching band. Yeah, you're going to see their band room. But...
4th down and 5 here for the Festus Tigers. Could use a huge conversion here. Hayden will go out under center. Under 3 minutes to play in the third quarter. A 14-10 Clayton lead. They send a man in motion. Hayden bakes the handoff, dropping back to pass. Has to escape. 3 men chasing him down. He throws it, and it's intercepted after being tipped by Festus. Clayton returning it at the 40. Dropped at the 40-yard line. And a interception traded here by Festus. After getting an interception, number 10, Anthony Cameron, returns the favor by Clayton.
That's the old tip drill where you stay there, you keep your eye on the ball, you run it all. Everybody that's ever played football has run the old tip drill, kept his focus, picked it off, trading interceptions after a clean first half on that sheet.
Tommy, that's what happens when you get a little pressure on the quarterback. He probably released the ball a little bit sooner than he wanted to. He had a guy downfield open, but he had to get rid of it because he had pressure coming from that D-line. And, that's what happens.
Kind of threw it off his back foot a little bit. Probably a throw that he probably shouldn't have made. 1st down and 10, Clayton at their own 41-yard line after these two teams trade interceptions. 2:46 at their own 41. Handoff up the middle, not much, but a good dive play by Tyler Melvin. He'll pick up about 3.
Tyler Melvin on his 7th carry. He's already got about 63 yards. Festus is going to have to shut him down quick. You're right, Ken. They were getting a lot of pressure. That last play on the interception almost looked like they were trying to set up a screen. That's how much pressure Clayton actually had on Andrew Hayden on that play.
Festus has a lot of good players that have a lot of, good hands. And, normally they're a running team, but they look like they've got some good receivers, like Eggermeyer kid and the Wilkes kid, so they need to utilize those quite a bit, and I think they have.
2nd and a long 8, a handoff up the middle. This is Melvin again. He'll pick up another good 4-yard carry. And another good pickup by Clayton. And they've really just been kind of taking the time off the clock and keeping it on the ground here now with Demetrius Norman out there, big play receiver, but doesn't seem like they've lost anything by running it.
It looks like they've really changed up the game plan here with Demetrius Norman out because they've only attempted 1 pass after 13 in the first half, and 6 of those were 3 of them were on the opening drive of the game.
3rd down and 4, a minute 38 left. They send a man in motion. They hand it off up the middle, flag on the play. This is Henderson, a huge hole, picks up the 1st down and more into the Festus territory.
Had a motion penalty on that one, I think, Tommy.
At the Tiger 45.
Legal motion.
Illegal motion on Clayton, so that will back them up. We have seen first half saw not a ton of penalties, but not exactly clean, but we've seen almost seems like twice as many penalties here in just this third quarter alone as we saw in the whole first half.
I've already got that as the 5th penalty. That's going to wipe out an 8-yard run. We also have 2 penalties on Festus, or 3 penalties on Festus, actually. So that's a tremendous amount of penalties, and we're only minute 29 left in the third quarter still.
It's amazing that, it's just all basics. And, Eric, back in your day, that, penalties can just ruin a drive. So, you get a play going like that, and all of a sudden you have a penalty that puts you back. So
you lose that continuity when you're getting some flow and some rhythm and everybody's hitting on one page. You lose that when you get those untimely penalties like that.
3rd down and 9. Clayton will probably have time for maybe 3 more plays with a minute and 10 left in this third quarter, leading 14-10. Man in motion. They fake that handoff to him. Throwing it, rolling right, throwing it deep to Lewis. It is caught at the 34. Another big play for for Clayton after Demetrius Norman, their big play receiver, goes down. It's Zach Lewis with a huge catch and a big first down for the Greyhounds.
That was a great hitch, up and under move by the receiver. Wilkes got caught up in the carpet a little bit and slipped. Did a nice job to recover to limit that to a 23-yard catch.
Clayton moving the ball in again. They'll probably have time for 2 more plays here. 59 seconds on the clock. Zach Lewis splits out to the left. They hand it off up the middle to Tyler Melvin. A small hole, but he gets through. Picks up a 5 yards up to the 28-yard line is where they'll mark him. A 5-yard pickup for Clayton with 45 seconds counting.
Henderson did a good job of getting behind the left side of that offensive line with a great push.
Zach Brown comes to the sideline and gets the play called from his head coach. That is Scott Wiseman, the head coach of Clayton. He's coached a couple places. Was at Parkway West, also Kirkwood. Now he is here in his 3rd year at Clayton. 2nd down and 5. Brown in the shotgun. 3 receivers out. They hand it off to Melvin up the middle. Huge hole to the 20. 15. Bragg down from behind. A touchdown saving tackle made by number 10, Elijah Richardson. Another big defensive play by Richardson after the interception earlier.
If he doesn't make that tackle heads up there, that's 6. Great explosion out of the back. Henderson had to come up and meet him heads up to bring him down there.
Ball at the 13-yard line with 15 seconds left, and it looks like Clayton is happy to let this wind down. County Executive Ken Waller, thanks for joining us.
Well, you know what? I love listening to you guys. Do a great job. KJFF's a great radio station. I appreciate the coverage. I know the Festus Tigers and the Clayton Greyhounds enjoy it. Keep up the good work, and I'll listen to you the last quarter here.
Thank
good
you,
luck,
sir.
Festus.
Thank you, sir. We go to the 4th and final quarter. We'll be back after this. You're listening to High School Football on KJFF. The marching band doing a fantastic job here at Festus High School. Start of the 4th quarter, hand off to Tyler Melvin, right up the middle, cuts to the outside. He'll take it to the 5. A nice pickup for Tyler Melvin. 14-0 the lead for the Clayton Greyhounds as we start this 4th quarter, and they're driving and threatening.
Tyler Melvin's got 90 yards on 10 carries unofficially here in the second half. He's getting up around real close to that 150-yard mark. About 145 is what I have him for him. The left side of that Clayton offensive line is really starting to exert themselves. They are getting a great push. Festus is really going to have to try to shut something down. They're going to make a defensive adjustment here.
3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Brown in the shotgun and movement on the offensive line. And I think that's going to be number 73, Joe Taylor, the right guard, gets called for the illegal motion.
That's about 45 yards in penalties here in the second half on Clayton alone. I think the whole right side of the line jumped there.
Just a little twitch, but enough for the referees to see it. Hillsboro's extended their lead over University City up 28-12 at the half. Windsor all over Winfield in a shootout, 49-30. North County leads Fredericktown 7-6. DeSoto and Potosi are tied at the half, 14-14. Valley Catholic on top of St. Pius, 33-9 in the 3rd. Brown in the shotgun again, takes the snap, hands it off to Melvin. Up the middle, cuts to the right, and he is tackled and brought down. Number 51, I believe that was Jake Templeton on the tackle.
He is not a big guy, but he runs like a very big man, picking up about 8 more there, real close to 100 yards here in the second half. And that was a good collision between the 2 players after an 8-yard carry.
14-10, Festus trailing, trying to keep it a 1-score game. Clayton could make it up 2. Jake Brown in the shotgun, 4 receivers out, dropping back, gonna throw it. Throw to the left, it's picked, it's tipped by Henderson and intercepted. This time it's intercepted by Coulter Agmeyer. He's down the sideline. He's free. They won't catch him. Coulter Agmeyer, interception return for a touchdown, and Festus takes the lead on another interception return.
There we have the tip drill again. You run it in practice, and that's exactly why. Ball comes off the fingertips of Melvin. Agmeyer maintains that focus and concentration, brings it in. One Clayton player had a shot at him. He broke that tackle. As they're coming down, the quarterback, Jake Brown, he had a shot at him. And one of the Festus defenders leveled Jake Brown to open up the field. And all the way to the end zone, Coulter Agmeyer with the pick 6. Longest one I've ever seen in real life, 98-yarder.
For Coulter Agmeyer this season, that is his 2nd interception on the year. That is now the 8th interception on the season for Jake Brown. Andrew Hayden comes on to attempt the extra point as Coulter Eggmeyer will come on to hold it. Hayden steps back. Eggmeyer takes the snap. The kick is up, and it is through and good. And Festus goes up 17-14 after the interception return by Coulter Eggmeyer. Take a 1-minute break. You're listening to High School Football on KJFF.
Hi, this is Suzanne Seek, your auction chairperson for the Jefferson County Family YMCA, inviting you to stroll down Candyland Lane with us on Saturday, November 22nd at the Best Western in Festus. This holiday-themed dinner auction features a catered dinner, open bar, live and silent auction, raffles, and lots of fun. With hundreds of auction items, this event is a great opportunity to get some holiday shopping done, all while supporting the charitable cause. For more information, call 931-9622.
Forget everything you thought you knew about buying tires and hurry in and see the gang at Plaza Tire in Festus. Why? Because Plaza Tire customers enjoy Plaza Tire's lowest price pledge. Plaza Tire service will match or beat any competitor's total tire purchase on any comparable tire. Plus tires anytime with hundreds of tires in stock. No appointment necessary on tire installations. That's Plaza Tire, the quick change artist located at 301 Festus Center Drive in Festus.
A huge momentum swing after another interception by Festus. This time, Coulter Eggmeyer takes it for a touchdown, and Festus takes a 17-14 lead. 10:09 left in this game. Hayden steps back to boot it away, marking it on the far hash mark. Henderson and Melvin back to receive it for Clayton. It's a low kick off of a Clayton defender's legs. They pick it up at the 25. He'll return it with room up to the 35. A nice return by Clayton up to the 36, and that's where Clayton will start it. Boy, you talk about, how big is that play for Festus? Their offense just not really getting able to find a little bit of rhythm. Clayton moving the ball well, but that is huge for Festus.
Absolutely, because when you talk about as a football team, you want to capitalize on it when the other team makes mistakes or turnovers. Festus couldn't capitalize after the pickoff by Richardson. They throw an interception. Clayton coming right back. They're still driving from that interception of their own. Now Eggmeyer picks off the third interception here in the second half and takes it all the way 98. Real momentum swing.
So Clayton will come back out on the field trailing for the first time since the first quarter. There's a run on the outside. Not much. Good 8-yard pickup on the play.
I'd have to check the Festus record book on this, but I think Coulter's older brother Blaine broke their dad's interception record here at Festus. But I wonder if either one of them had a 98-yard pick six.
We will have to ask Coach Schmidt after the game. Second down and 3. We'll call it 2. 9:25 left in the game. Clayton trailing 17-14. Festus on top. Clayton on offense. Brown takes the snap. He hands it off. He is the runner dragged down. Number 30, Brennan Schuler on the initial hit. Melvin on the carry. Maybe a gain of a yard.
Schuler did a great job. He came all the way from the left side and tracked that down behind the offensive line to make that tackle and only allow 1 yard on that play.
Third down and 1. One thing that Clayton has done very well is just taking time off the clock, really run the ball well and kept it out of Festus' hands. And really, that might be your best defense against Festus, is just keeping it away from them. Melvin right up the middle, falls down at the 50. He was one cut away from taking it to the house, but he slipped right at the 50-yard line. The Tiger in the middle field bit him. He goes down, but he does pick up a first down.
The Tiger emblem, he ran right over the tooth and slipped. So the Tiger emblem came in handy. Home field advantage. There's your home field advantage right there.
Into Festus territory at the Tiger 49. 17-14 Festus lead. The Tigers on defense. 8:32 left in the game. One receiver to the left, one to the right. Jake Brown in the shotgun. Takes the snap, hands off Melvin. Up the middle, dives forward. Not much on the play. He was just trying to get a couple. There's a big pile. He just dropped his head and dove forward, much like he did on that touchdown carry earlier.
It was a good stand by the Festus defensive front four there to really just kind of stand things up at that stalemate. There was just no room to run.
8:06 and counting left in the game. Second down and 8. Clayton breaks the huddle. One receiver to the left, one to the right. Two receivers to the left, 2 men in the backfield. Kind of a wing T look. Hand off to Melvin again. He is hit and dropped in the backfield. Number 45, Nate Cummings, the lineman, got in and got pressure. And they dropped him for a loss. And Clayton gets a little bit of the taste of their own medicine because Clayton has done that a couple more times than Festus has tonight.
Here on this drive, that front four has started looking pretty good. They're starting to throw 3 and 4 and sometimes 5 at the offensive line. And they're having a little trouble on this drive here, picking up all the Festus defenders, and they're getting some really good disruption in the backfield right now.
That's a loss of 2, 3rd down 11, ball right at the 50-yard line. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Brown takes the snap, rolling right, looking to roll. Cummings chasing him down. He gets rid of it. Throw is low, and it is dropped. And Aiden Cummings gave Brown a shot after he threw it. Ball just barely hit the ground. It'll be an incompletion and bring up 4th down.
I did happen to notice that Coach Schmidt was right there by that catch, or excuse me, that missed catch, and he was letting the referees know that it definitely hit the ground. Big momentum swing here by Festus. That's probably one of the shortest drives Clayton's had this whole game.
And Festus will finally get the ball back. This has just been a long possession for Clayton. They've had it just about all of the 4th quarter. Short punt, spiral punt, drops at the 25, takes a Clayton bounce. It's picked up by the return man, and he is dragged down on the outside. A nice return to the 36. Josh Mobley with the return, and a good starting field position for Festus.
With the exception of the one drive down here, everybody's had pretty good starting field position on these drives. 30, 35-yard line, 39-yard line. We just had the one in the first half where Clayton was actually on like the 2-yard line. It's been a really good job by the special teams of putting their offenses in a good position to start.
Clayton has had the ball this entire quarter plus the last 2 minutes and 46 seconds of the 3rd quarter. So this is the first time the Festus offense has been on the field in a while.
With 7 minutes left and a 3-point lead, Festus in the driver's seat right now. Let's see what they can do with it.
1st and 10, Hayden with the ball under center. Takes the snap, hands off to Perkins on a sweep on the left side. Got room to the sideline, picks up the 1st down and more. And he's dragged out of bounds. A nice run by Seth Perkins.
Seth Perkins with 12 yards, his longest run of the night. They've handed the ball off to him 5 or 6 times tonight. He's had to fight for every yard. That's the first time he saw some green like that in a long time. Took advantage of it, moved the chains, picks up 12.
1st and 10 again for Festus on a good pickup by Seth Perkins, 6:50. And now it looks like somebody has to tie a shoe.
Those big defensive and offensive linemen wear those gloves. You can't tie anything with those things on.
Look at some of the other games and scores from around the area. Valley Catholic leads St. Pius 33-9. St. Vincent leads Jefferson R7 27-14. Fredericktown on top of North County 14-7. Windsor 56. Winfield 30. Hillsborough 28. University City 12. Herculaneum 34. Charleston 6. Handoff right up the middle. This is Nate Cummings. He breaks through. He's got room. Will they chase him down? He dragged down, but he is in. A touchdown run by Nate Cummings. 52 yards on the play. He was dead to rights, 10 yards deep, and he breaks through, and he adds to this Festus lead, and they now go up 2 scores.
Don't quote me on this. This is unofficial, but I think that is Nate Cummings' first run of the second half. And you want to talk about a run. His offensive line opens up a seam. He gets past the first wave of defenders. He gets to the secondary, the linebackers and the cornerback. He dropped his shoulder and leveled 3 guys that were trying to tackle him and just exploded for the next 40 yards. They tracked him down at the 2, but he spun around and his momentum carried him in. 6 points.
Hayden on to attempt the extra point with 6:41 left. This would make it a 10-point game. Snap is a little high. Ugmeyer gets it down. Kick is up. And now the kick is through. We get a flag on the play. It'll be personal foul, roughing the kicker on Clayton, so that will be assessed on the kickoff. 24-14, Festus lead. We'll take a break. You're listening to High School Football on KJFF.
Hi, this is Ken Waller, your Jefferson County executive. Like so many of you, I too am a businessman, husband, and a father. I'm also a man who takes his faith in Christ seriously. I love my country and my community. I want to continue to work for you and further bring results to this county we call home. The leadership from a decade ago is in our past. Don't let it be our future. I'm Ken Waller, and it is an honor and a privilege serving you as the Jefferson County Executive.
Paid for by citizens to elect Waller. Flo Penrod, Treasurer.
If you're in need of criminal defense or personal injury representation, call the Lowry Law Firm. Hi, this is Mike Lowry. We are an aggressive Jefferson County law firm handling criminal, injury, and domestic cases. When you have a great deal or even a little at stake, trust us, the Lowry Law Firm in Hillsborough and Festus. We have earned a reputation for integrity and are respected members of the legal and civic communities. We are the Lowry Law Firm. Look us up on the web at thelowrylawfirm.com.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
So they will mark off 15 yards on this kickoff as we're back here at Festus High School. 24-14, Festus lead with 6:40 left. Andrew Hayden was knocked down after that extra point, so
I'd say this is right at the range where Andrew Hayden might be able to put this out of the back of the end zone.
And do you do that, or do you try and squib it and mark him down inside the 10?
Me personally, if I've got it here in this position, I try an onside kick.
You could try that too. There's only 4 Clayton Greyhounds up close.
And they're 15 yards off the ball.
Yeah. Here it is. The kick from Hayden is deep, and it is going to sail, and it will land 5 yards out the back of the end zone and hit the soccer goal. A little surprised by that, I have to say.
Really, they've been starting on about the 30 to 35 yard line on average anyway from the kickoff returns. So your ball is on their 45 to start with. You have 4 Greyhounds up, and they're 15 yards off the ball. I would have tried it. At the worst, you're going to start them on the 35, and that's where they pretty much started anyway. But I guess Coach Schmidt is content with Demetrius Norman being out, that they're going to have to run the ball and use up quite a bit of time, and now he's got a 10-point lead. He's showing confidence in his defense is what he's doing.
Now the referees are coming over and talking. It looks like the head referee has some kind of injury, and so he is being tended to by the Clayton trainer. You ever seen this before? It looks like it's like they're wrapping his left arm or something like that.
I don't know. I wonder if he didn't get taken out on one of those plays and we just missed it.
This game on KJFF brought to you by Jefferson College. Many top high school students choose Jefferson College for its high-quality, innovative academic programs and flexible class options. Studies show that Jeffco graduates who transfer to 4-year universities do as well or better academically than their peers. Discover the Jefferson College advantage. Call 636-481-3000 or visit jeffco.edu and discover your future today. I'm Tommy Self alongside Eric Oberle. You're listening to KJFF Festus Crystal City. Here at Festus High School, a 24-14 lead for the Tigers. You can also watch this game on web TV at mymoinfo.com. Matt Baer running the camera. Crystal Wilcutt, Corey Johnson, and Matt West back in our KJF studios. Coming up after this game, it will be the Parkland Health Mart Pharmacy End Zone Show. We'll run down each and every one of our games tonight, the core that we've had on the air. We'll also talk with just every one of our coaches from our local teams.
I don't know if the referee actually got hurt or they were just wiping blood off him because he went back out on the field and started talking to both players. I'm sure it's not carpal tunnel already, but he's throwing the flag a lot here in the second half.
That's a great point. Jake Brown in the shotgun for Clayton. Takes the snap, hands it off to Melvin, off right tackle, through the line, and his offensive lineman that was leading him basically pushed the line for him, and he got 3 extra yards. That was a great play by Marcus Bradley, who basically just shoved about 3 players and gave him about 5 extra yards.
The Clayton Greyhounds, 2 of the players that I'm looking at go 354 and 315. They have got some big boys up there. Festus, give them credit, even though they're undersized compared to this Clayton line, have done a pretty decent job tonight.
2nd down and 4 after a 6-yard pickup with 6 minutes left. Brown in the gun again. Takes the snap, flags on the play, right up the middle, and he is hit and dragged down by Alex Keithley one of the senior linebackers on this Festus team. The seniors for Festus as we get flags down on the play. Andrew Hayden, Will Womble, Jaden Reddick, Jordan Wilkes, Colter Egmeyer, Mateo Calafati, Austin Cooks, Brennan Schuler, Alex Keithley, Nathan Cummings, Logan Reynolds, Jake Templeton, Seth Linton, Colton Pratt, Lucas Reynolds, Matt Skaggs, Brett Rutledge, and Jeremy Probst, the 18 seniors on this Festus team.
And Nathan Cummings with a 52-yard brutal run for a touchdown. And Colter Egmeyer with the 98-yard pick six. This is a senior night they'll have a hard time forgetting. They'll be talking about this one a long time from now.
A 5-yard illegal procedure penalty on Clayton backs them up 5. Second down and 9 with 5:51 left. Two receivers to the left side, 2 players in the backfield. Brown takes a snap in the gun, flips it to Melvin on the left side, cuts back towards the middle with a huge hole. He is dragged down from behind. Elijah Richardson on the second man to hit him, number 60, Lane Reynolds. One of the Reynolds brothers, a 5'9", 175-pound junior linebacker. He basically got him. He spun him around with one arm.
Lane Reynolds with some great hustle. Well, Lane's a younger brother, correct?
He is.
So he's got the 2 older brothers, the twins, picking him all the time.
Sure.
He's got to hit the weight room just to contend with those 2.
I'm sure that's the exact story. Handoff up the middle. This is Melvin again. He is dropped in the backfield. Melvin dropped in the backfield, and he'll take a loss. And it'll bring up second down and 12. 5:20 left in this game. Clayton with the ball, second and 11. 5:08 left in the game. A 24-14 lead for Festus. Brown goes under center this time. Takes the snap, hands it off to Melvin. The second guy to he hands it to. He goes to the right side, really nothing doing. The Tiger defense swarms. Lane Reynolds on the tackle, as well as Will Womble.
It's a good job here by the defense of Festus. They're really standing up, and they're making Clayton use precious time that they don't have anymore with only 4:37 left.
A 2-yard pickup brings up third down and 9. And if you're Clayton here, you maybe have to try and throw it deep. You've got... He will throw it. Brown rolling to his left. Going to throw it to the short man. Henderson's complete. Cuts to the outside. Gets out of bounds. And he might be shy of the first down. Well, he is right at that marker. He is right at the 44-yard line, and he will pick it up. He needed to get to the 43, and he got to the 44. The Clayton head coach over there is holding his head thinking, oh, no, but he did get it.
I think he came down there and stood right on the spot, so the side judge had to go around him just to get that right spot. It's okay. Clayton coach is helping out with that call. You had Coach Schmidt over there with the missed ball over there helping out the officials. Both coaches just trying to give him a hand.
So a first down pickup by Clayton with 4:19. They're still trailing by 2 scores, down 10. Melvin up the middle, and about a 4-yard dive play. And that is 43, Alex Keithley in on the tackle. Keithley so important to this Festus defense. Keithley came in today second on the team in tackles with 35. Brennan Schuler, their leading tackle, with 59 coming into this game. Lane Reynolds with 22. Logan Reynolds with 21. Those were stats coming into this game. The Festus Tigers leading tacklers. 3:50 and counting. Melvin switches to Brown's right side. He's in the gun. Second down and 7. Hand off to Melvin to the right side off Rob Tackle. Breaks through, and he picks up a first down to the 44-yard line. Another burst of speed through the hole by Tyler Melvin.
It's amazing that he's got those kind of legs left. I've got him for 22 carries and 150 yards here in the second half alone. He is just working himself to death here. Festus doing a good job of really trying to keep him flexing, and bringing him down after 7 or 8 yards, but not quite breaking. Just enough to keep things under control.
First and 10 Greyhounds at the 44 with 3:27 and counting. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Brown in the gun, fakes the handoff to Melvin, throws it into flat. This is to Cameron. He is hit immediately. A nice job by number 12, Elijah Richardson. with the tackle. Richardson has had some big defensive plays today, including an interception.
Yeah, and he was assisted on that one, 36. Josh Mobley, he got up there. They got around that screenplay they were trying to set up on the outside to really limit that. If they don't get in there, that could have gone a long way.
Under 3 to play. 2nd down and 8. Twins to the right, twins to the left. Clayton in throwing situation. Now they throw it. They fake the throw into the flat. They throw it deep to Cameron. It's caught at the 10, the 5, touchdown. Great pump fake by Jake Brown. He gets the Festus defense to bite. And Anthony Cameron gets behind him for the touchdown.
After a great play, they came right back to that left side. He throws the pump fake like they're going to go into the flat again. They really set that play up well. He comes out like it's going to be a screen play again and then absolutely explodes behind the secondary. Wide open. Jake Brown puts it right in his hands. Clayton right back in this game with 2:42 left.
And this is without Demetrius Norman, who is down with an injury, their leading receiver. False start. I think we're going to get an illegal procedure penalty on Clayton, as it got a couple players that jumped there on the line. Dead ball foul, legal procedure on Clayton, so that will back up the attempt 5 yards. And they'll try it again. A 24-20 lead.
Their kicker has shown he's got a very strong leg, too. This should be a very makeable field goal for him.
And it'll be interesting to see how, because they'll have to run down and get a field goal here after this kick. 2:42 left. Snap wasn't great. The hold gets down somehow, and it's good. 24-21. We take a break. You're listening to high school football on KJFF.
Comtree is now accepting medical and dental patients at our new facility in Hillsboro. Hi, this is Tracy Wicking. We accept most private insurances as well as Medicaid or Medicare. Those with no insurance may qualify for a sliding fee discount. Call us at 636-481-6040 for more information or to schedule an appointment at our new facility in Hillsboro. We want to be your healthcare home. 636-481-6040 or check us out online at comtree.org. Comtree, health happens here.
Walmart Supercenter in DeSoto is a great place to get everything you need for any occasion in your life. From a great selection of food, including a fresh deli and bakery, to all the latest trends in clothing, electronics, housewares, hunting supplies, and more. And special occasions, Walmart Supercenter in DeSoto stocks everything that you need for birthdays, anniversaries, weddings, and more. Walmart Supercenter in DeSoto. Always a good choice. Save money. Live better, Walmart.
A 3-point game. Clayton ready to kick it off. 2:39 left in the contest. And if you're Festus, obviously you guard against the onside kick here now that one of the side referees coming on. And he's standing at the ball. The head referee is, I don't know if he's sending a text message back there or what he's doing.
Well, they've got Mobley up on that front line. They've got Egemeyer up on the front line.
Will Womble.
We got Will Womble. We've got all the guys that are used to catching that ball and everything up on that front line to try to field this onside kick.
Up there too. Here we go. Onside attempt. Decent high bounce. It's tipped by Festus. Still loose. Flag on the play. Ball is still loose. And I think we're going to get
I think we have offsides on Clayton on the kick.
Yeah, that's probably what it is. That's where the flag is. They blew the play dead. And Festus, they went up there and nobody caught it. I think they were trying to knock it out of bounds. It will be offsides on Clayton, so they will try it again.
Well, that was the second man in out there on the outside, so trying to knock it out of bounds from there. You got a long ways to go there still. That would have been a live ball, and I think he paid the price for that too, because I think they popped him pretty good when he jumped up in the air on that.
Elijah Richardson is the one furthest to the sideline, standing right at the 50. So they will mark this back 5 yards. Now the head referee coming over here and talking to Clayton. I don't know if maybe they disagree with the offsides call or what.
I think they're trying to get him to reset the clock.
Yeah,
he wants his time back on the clock.
They're trying to change the clock.
That was a dead play from the very get-go, so the clock never should have started.
They'll change the clock back to 2:39. Well, we've had a great game so far, and it's a little tense. This would be huge if Clayton can come away with this offsides, with this onside kick here. 24-21, 2:39 left. Clayton will spot the ball at the 35 after the offsides penalty on the kickoff, on the onside kick try. Jake Brown is the kicker.
The Clayton coach has set himself up directly behind the side judge on the 35-yard line. I think he's definitely going to help him with the call this time.
So here we go. They place the ball right in the middle of the field. Hands team on for both squads. They send a man in motion. That's Anthony Cameron, and now we get a whistle. They're going to blow it dead, and we get a Festus timeout. Looks like we'll get a Festus timeout. Tigers will call the timeout. We'll take that time to thank some of our sponsors here: Lowry Law Firm in Hillsborough, Medicine Shop Pharmacy in Festus, Plaza Tire Service, Comtree, YMCA of Jefferson County, Farm Bureau Insurance Agents Alan DePue and Joe Reed, Walmart Supercenter, AAA Check Advance, Trip Anderson Heating and Air, and Kettle Hut Smokehouse. Look at some of the scores from around the area. Central leads Farmington 32-3. St. Vincent on top of Jefferson are 27-14. Valley Catholic on top of St. Pius 40-9. DeSoto trails Potosi 21-14. North County and Fredericktown are tied at 14. Windsor leads Winfield 56-36. Hillsborough leads University City 28-12 in the third quarter. Herculaneum on top of Charleston 34-6 in the fourth. It's a final from Caruthersville. St. Genevieve is won 21-17. Grandview leads Crystal City 22-12. Hazelwood West leads Seckman 9-7. All those teams trying to get those Week 9 district points to maybe move up in those district standings. Festus is currently the 3 seed in their district, but as long as they finish only one behind Hillsborough, that would automatically get switched, because Hillsborough right now is number 2, Festus number 3, and since Festus won the regular season meeting, they would switch those.
I'm sure Festus and Coach Schmidt would love to just say, no, we're number 2. We won this game. It's at our house.
2:39 left in this game. The Festus Tigers lead 24-21. The Clayton Greyhounds getting set to kick it, and they will attempt the onside kick. Josh Mobley up front for Festus. They've got the hands team on. High kick, and it will go right out of bounds. The onside kick. They'll throw the flag for the illegal procedure penalty, and I don't know if did they actually get that to bounce off the carpet, or did they kick that straight up in the air?
It bounced just barely in bounds. I think they were just looking for that little chip shot, or if you will, where they get it up in the air and their guys can just run in. First line comes in, and anybody that tries to field the ball, you knock them down, and your second wave comes in and tries to recover it. But unfortunately, it was just a little too hot of a kick. He didn't get it quite high enough to give his teammates a chance to get down there and get on it.
So Festus will take over 1st and 10 from their own from the own 35-yard line. Actually, no, they'll just actually mark it right where it went out of bounds. So they'll mark it out at the 44, my apologies. 2:39 left on the clock, and I'm sure Festus would love to just put the ball in their running back's hands and run this one out. Both teams, I think Clayton still has all 3 of their timeouts left this half. Hayden under center, hands it off. Cummings on the left side, nowhere to go. He's hit. He might have been dropped for a loss on the outside.
They tried to get Cummings left off tackle there again. He's had some success on that side of the line, but he got those shoulders turned sideways again and couldn't quite get that drive.
But the clock rolls, 2:20 and counting. 2nd down and 10, right at just a little past the 44-yard line. I'm sure Festus will take all the time they can off the play clock. It's at 13 now, and they're still not even lined up. Still looking towards the sideline.
Hayden's an experienced quarterback. He knows how to run this clock down.
Yeah, absolutely. The senior 3-sport star, 4-year varsity player. Now a flag on the play.
I think the Clayton defense actually got too good of a jump on this one.
Hayden went down. He was hit and sacked, but it might be. Nope, it's on Festus.
It's on Festus.
So that will stop the clock at 1:53 left, and that will back them up 5 yards and make it 2nd down and 15.
And the young man from Clayton got a great jump on that ball. because Hayden had only taken about 2 steps, and then he was already hanging on him, and he was having a heck of a time with that one. They brought him down from behind on that play.
We will get a timeout, and it will be called by Clayton. Greyhounds call a timeout. That is their first of this half. We'll take a 30-second timeout as well. We'll be back. You're listening to high school football on KJFF.
The Medicine Shop, with locations in Festus and Peevely, is committed to providing the residents of Jefferson County with much more than just prescription refills, like free local delivery, automatic refills, and reminders, diabetic and medical equipment, and the personal service that you deserve, just to name a few. That's the Medicine Shop Pharmacies, across from the post office in Festus and on Commercial Boulevard in Peevely, caring beyond prescription.
We are Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance, and we're for the people of Missouri. We're for kayakers, car dealers, grocery baggers, and mail carriers. We're for teachers, preachers, students, and singers. Armed service members, you bet we're for you. We're for people who shake your hand and say hello, not because they know you, but because they don't. We're for brewmasters, stockbrokers, beauty queens, and truck drivers. And don't worry, we're still for farmers too. Whatever you do, if you're a Missourian, we're for you.
I am Joe Reed, your Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance agent, and if you're in Jefferson County, I've got you covered.
1:50 left in the game. Clayton calls the timeout after the penalty by Festus. They are backed up 5 yards, looking at a 2nd and 15. Festus leads 24-21, trying to finish this game out. They hand it off. This is Wilkes on the end around. Great blocking up front, ducks his head, and he will be just short of the first down, but credit Coulter Hegmeyer with a great downfield block by a wide receiver.
He did a great job on that play, and that is such a hard block. He has to maintain that block for 3, 4, 5 seconds, and the side judge is staring right at you to see if you're going to hold or push or something illegal, and then when they turn, you have to release. Excellent job there. Wilkes putting them right in a 3rd and 1 situation.
Yeah, that is, there is no way you can get away with holding there. It'll be shy of the first down, 3rd and 1. Hayden under center. Wilkes goes in motion. We get another flag. We have seen a ton of penalties here in this second half.
I've actually stopped keeping track of the amount of penalties. We were up over about 15 penalties already. After a great play, Festus picks up another false start right there. They were in a great position at 3rd and 1. That could have been the play of the game right there to close it out. And now they back themselves up 5 yards. Now they're 3rd and 6.
Dead ball foul. The league procedure on Festus, and it looks like we're going to get another timeout. And I find it interesting that Clayton's calling timeout on the penalties. That's the second time they've called a timeout on a penalty because this clock already stops on a penalty. That's kind of an interesting, strange move, wouldn't you say?
They've burned 2 timeouts. They had 3 timeouts previous to this little event right here. They just had the clock stop on the illegal procedure. I have no clue what they could possibly be talking to their defense about at this point and burn that timeout.
Yeah, because you're not getting the benefit of stopping the clock because it would stop automatically on the penalty.
I'm even confused by that move myself.
I don't get it either.
But then we've seen a couple of things that confuse me in a 24-21 ball game. It's been a good ball game so far.
1:12 left in the game, a 24-21 lead for Festus. The Greyhounds got on top first with an 11-yard pass from Jake Brown to Demetrius Norman. Then Festus took the lead on a pass from Andrew Hayden to Coulter Eggmeyer, made it 7-6. Clayton got the lead back on a 1-yard pass from Jake Brown to Terry Henderson. Then a 21-yard field goal by Andrew Hayden made it 14-10. Coulter Eggmeyer then returned an interception for a touchdown in the 4th quarter to give Festus the lead 17-14. Nate Cummings broke out with a 52-yard run, make it 24-14. And then Jake Brown found Jordan Cameron for a touchdown, make it 24-21. And that is where we are right now with 72 seconds left, 3rd down and 5. Flip it to Cummings, outside, trying to turn the corner. He'll get there, he'll duck the head, and I think he picked up a first down. Where they're marking that's the first down. That's a huge pickup.
Before this last play, after we had the 15-yard run by Wilkes, I said that could be the play of the game to close this out. This run by Cummings and dropping that head to pick up the 8 yards, 7 yards that they needed for a first down, this could be it. This could close it out right here.
Where they're marking it, it certainly looks like a first down there on that side of the field. And I can tell you from right here that it's a first down. Are they bringing the chains out for this? I could tell you from here that's a first down. But I guess late in the game, it's an important pickup. They don't want to get it wrong, so they'll bring the chains out, and they'll stretch it out. And it's the end of the football isn't even there. Huge first down pickup by Festus. The entire sideline erupts, and with that first down pickup, I think Festus can just about kneel on this and put this one on ice.
They've got to get Clayton to burn that one last time out, but this chain of events right here, Festus, a couple of lucky breaks and then 2 good plays and 2 good runs put them right back on top in this game after they've trailed the entire game. Festus has done what they absolutely needed to do and get 1 first down on this last possession to close out this game. Give it credit to Coach Schmidt and these kids because they did exactly what they needed to do when they absolutely had to do it.
Still a 3-point lead for Festus, and we get another timeout. Was that Clayton that called that?
Yes. Okay, Clayton just burned their last timeout with 1:05 left. Now all Festus has to do is take a knee 3 times. They don't have to run a play.
That's basically it.
This game is now over.
24-21. And, curious clock management here by the Clayton Greyhounds. And we welcome those of you who are listening on all their regional radio stations. A final from Jefferson R7 as St. Vincent wins 27-14, and Park Hill Central wins 39-3 over Farmington. It's the 3-point game here at Festus. The Tigers lead it 24-21 on top of the Clayton Greyhounds. A huge first down pickup by Nate Cummings. And Festus can basically just kneel on it from here. Clayton cannot stop the clock. They are out of timeouts. And it looks like they are in victory formation here, although they do have Colton or Eggmeyer spread out wide. Andrew Hayden will go under center. He will take the snap, and he's just going to kneel on it. That's basically going to do it. A couple more of those, and this game will be over as the clock starts with 1 minute left. Make sure you stick around after this game. The Parkland Health Mart Pharmacy End Zone Show will be up next. Ryan Reinheimer will run you through all of the scores from around the area. They will also talk with each and every one of the area high school football coaches from around the area. Clayton got on top first with a 6 after a touchdown pass, made it 6-0. Festus responded with a touchdown pass of their own, made it 7-6. But Clayton scored another one and got the 2-point conversion. There's another kneel down by Andrew Hayden, and that might be the last time they'll have to do it. With 22 seconds on the Gamecock, the play clock has not started yet. There it is, and that is going to do it. In Week 9, Festus comes from behind and takes a 24-21 win over the Clayton Greyhounds. They move to 7-2, and they will most likely be hosting a district game next week.